Oh, here we go. So let's. Oh, we're live, but let's play the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. We're all the way up to number 43, and my memory's not that good, but it's written in the title, so I can't forget it. So 43 weeks, joined by the awesome Clobburn Times.
Hey,
Clobburn.
hey, buddy.
So and Maddie's daddy is hopefully joining us if little Maddie gets to sleep. And hail to Polly's minion, who was traveling somewhere, maybe, or maybe she's home with the pupper. And we got Dallas Wolf in here.
Yay,
and and we got the Stream Element Spot is here. So hail to the Stream Element Spot. So,
hello, everybody.
So hope everyone had a great weekend. It was really hot up here in the Northeast. I'm near New York City, so it was in the 90s up here. So I'm sure that's probably cool for you Southerners, but yeah, it was. But now it's all the way down to 74 degrees, so it's okay. So you'd probably need a coat for that weather, right, Mike? Would you need a coat for 74 degrees, or?
Sir, I'm sorry, I lost you for a second there.
Oh, did I cut
again?
out? No,
no, that was me. It was me. I had some noise going on.
Oh, okay, sorry.
What was the question, Duddy? Hey.
No, I was just saying it was in the 90s today, but now it's down to like 74 degrees. So
let me see.
For you guys,
we had some bad weather. The rain might have made it cooler. Let's see what we are now, because it was hot. Hot today. We had a lot of overcast, which was nice. We're at 75. I can't believe it.
Oh, all right, about the same here. Yep, not bad, rare. Not bad.
Rare for this time of year.
Yep.
But it's been before today, it's been brutal. I mean, I got my it was in the hundreds a lot of the week. Horrible. It's typical Louisiana.
And it's pretty humid there too, right?
Very humid. Yeah, it's very humid. Yes. Hey, Club. Hey there. Das Wolfen. Hey there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at. I gotta trim this up, but I got an awesome poster today from the Comic Relief Crusader, who has done some original artwork and sent me a cool Transformers scale cartoon poster, like all the figures and how big they would be on the cartoon. Very, very, very cool. So I'm editing that. That's not the best picture, but it'll give you an idea of his cool artwork. Yep. So Polly's Minion said it was 87 in Fontana. Hey, Just Joe.
Jobber, what's up, dude?
Going to Bakersfield to get potato chips to take to Denver, Colorado. Man, can you imagine if I was a truck driver with delivering potato chips, there'd be some missing, maybe, right? What happened?
Eric Hayes here.
Hey, Eric. Hope you're doing good.
What's up, buddy?
Hope you're doing good. And my daughter's my special correspondent tonight. She went to see the Elvis movie, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I told her she's got to take Grandma to go see that, because that's from the 50s. Grandma would love that. Elvis was pretty amazing performer. So, yeah, it should be look like an pretty interesting movie. I saw some good reviews, some bad reviews, but any interest in seeing that Clobber Times? And
I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
and maybe not like go to see it, but I would watch it at some point because I like how there's a couple of shots of young Elvis with his Captain Marvel Jr.
Oh, that's
shirt.
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was
Which
a
is
big
kinda
Captain
cool.
Marvel fan, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And it kind of based his look on Captain Marvel Jr.
that's
Hey,
pretty
Gap
cool.
Stargate. So yeah, I don't know, man. I probably watch it. I'm big. I'm an Elvis fan for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So isn't Tom Yanks in it?
Tom Yanks is in it. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
And he's
he's the
got all
Colonel.
kinds of makeup and prosthetics on, and yeah. So I don't think he gained that much weight, but he's
No.
he's really looking huge. And
Oh
not that
yeah.
I can talk, but yeah. So let me pull this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
share this poster here. Let me that Comic Relief
What you
Crusader
got here?
did. So let me share my screen here. Hold on, let me share screen. And so he did this cool. So he's a graphic artist. So he did this cool poster and he sent it to me. I got to find out from him if you can purchase it anywhere. So then give him some business. But if you're a Transformers fan, so this is really cool because it's tough to see, but that's Optimus.
Are you a Transformers fan?
Yeah, I like the I mean, I'm not a
Never knew that.
massive I mean, I like him. There was a little bit past my time, because
Yeah.
I think that hit in
They're-
the '80s, so I was in high
They
school.
were after my time.
Yeah, so I wasn't buying the toys, but then, like younger friends and stuff, we were.
No, I'm a Transformers fan. Be all over that.
Yeah. So that was
Nice.
so that's let me zoom in. Yeah, so you can see. See if I make this full screen here. So yeah, we got Minimus Prime
Minimus. Oh, did we both do it at the same time?
here. Yeah. So here's the Transformers form.
Minimusness.
Yep. So here's the. Oh, let me get that back to the right screen there. It always does that when you.
Are you there, Minimus? Are you hearing us?
How about
Minimus.
now? How
Yes.
about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Can we hear you now? Yep.
So, you guys have some kind of a Star Trek thing on with Dr. Spock, huh?
That's how I communicate when he says stuff like that. With Pops. He knows it's
Pops.
it's a secret code.
Secret
Yeah.
code. Yep. Oh, here's the poster. I got it back.
Go
Yep.
screw ourselves.
Damn.
So
Good job, Comic Relief Crusader. I wish he was here so I could sing a song to him.
yeah. So there's Optimus Prime. There's no Minimus Prime on this poster though.
That's my cousin.
Minimus.
They
That's your cousin?
Yeah, I'm the black sheep of the family. Actually, I'm the aluminum sheep of the family.
Deedishness.
Energon doesn't do anything for me but like melt. Except it doesn't melt around my waistline. I don't know why.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Transformers. I must admit. Hey, Kal-El.
Well, the
What's up,
movie
Superboy?
was the movie had of course Leonard Nimoy was
And
did
Orson
one of the
Welles.
voice. Yeah, right. So yep. So some good stuff there. Yep. So yeah. So thank you for that for Comic Relief Crusader, and I texted him. So if he's got I'll ask if there's a link that anyone can purchase that. Then that would be good. Yep. Yeah, Optimus. Yeah, is larger. Yep. Yeah, which is way smaller than an F-14 or 15. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's a science fiction show about transforming robots. We don't want to let physics get in the way of us having a good time, right? Yeah, but you're right on that, Joe. Yep. That's for sure. So, what's new with Transformers and Minimus?
I have not seen a Transformers movie since that one with the little guy from Holes.
Yep, Shia
Did a
LaBeouf.
few of them.
She is a LaBeouf little thing.
Yeah,
Wasn't he going with the girl who he co-starred with for a while? And
Megan
he
Fox
screwed.
was
I think so. I
He
think
screwed
he did.
that up. I guess you screw it up by being Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, he kind of went off the
she's
deep
pretty
end.
crazy too. So.
Yeah.
But
Well, she was dating Brian Austin Green for a while. They got married. I don't know if they're still together.
I guess I missed my turn.
Yeah. I want her to come fix my Mustang. Yeah, she's a good mechanic right in that movie. Yep. That was
Yeah, the
that was
first
a
movie.
classic scene in the movie. Yeah.
I was so dumb. I went to see the second one at the theater. 'Cause I went to see the first one with the kids, and they weren't kids at that point, but they were growing up. Well, I went one night just because it was something to go see, and it was okay until like the last half hour, and it was just after the 15 millionth time a robot got knocked into a building. I was getting a headache, but I went like a dumbass. I went to see the second one.
Did you forget that you're watching a Michael Bay film?
I did forget, and then I remember when I went to see the second one. I'm like, oh my god, why? Why? It was horrible.
I hate to sound like an old man, even though I am old, but I fell asleep in Transformers 2. It's so.
I wish I had. Ugh, it sucks.
I think the only good line in that was a joke about college or paying for college when the dad is dropping him off at college because as a dad that is paying for shit now. So
I mean,
that
they kill Optimus like in the first couple of minutes or whatever. You don't get to see him again. I mean, you think he's dead the whole movie, or he's not dead, but I mean, you think you don't get any Optimus until like toward the end. It's just a bunch of boring crepe. Yeah, it's just poo poo. I never watched
Transformers roll into the grave.
Never sat through another one. Never will.
Yeah,
I mean, Anthony Hopkins was in one of those things.
No way.
Oh, he was in the night, but
as a voice, you mean?
Yeah. No, he wasn't. He just a guy.
Yeah, no, he was in there. Yeah, like as one of those
King Arthur or something, or
he was had lived forever. One of the Crusaders.
Yeah,
and it was some hokey story. It was a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So, let me show this. Comic Relief Crusader just sent me a better version. So because I just took a picture of it. So let me show this one. It's got the whole thing. And let me ask him, there's a place someone can buy this too. Yeah. Let me text him that. So people know. They can support one of our buddies. All right, so let me share this again. There we go. So, is that flickering like crazy? There we go. That was a special effect. I did that. Yeah. So here's the full version. Yep. So yeah, Optimus is not the biggest guy there. Yeah. Let's see who's that guy here. Oh yeah, Jetfire. Jetfire was. Who's
the boombox, the radio guy?
Oh, I'm forgetting his name. Yeah, he was in the movie. Yeah, that got some criticism. Yeah, that was. God, what was his name?
Wasn't it Scatman Crothers in one of those things?
What?
He might have done the voice, right?
I mean, in the cartoon, not. I don't know.
J-Man.
Hey, J-Man.
Look at J-Man. He went to. I have 3 different friends went to 3 different shows today. J-Man went to one way up in his neck of the woods. A buddy of mine is at Charlotte Heroes Con, and down here, Jim Shooter was at a con in Slidell, which is close to us. So we didn't go to, but a friend of mine did, and I got to hang out with Shooter and stuff like that. If you call that fun, but it looks like J-Man spent too much damn money today.
Well, J-Man, we won't tell your wife, right?
Hey, J-Man, you're not the only one. My other buddy at the one in Charlotte, he sent me pictures of all of his take, his haul, and I don't know if it rivals yours. I want to see what you got, dude. But yeah, good stuff, man. I'm glad you guys are having fun out there. Hey, Dave. Look at Dave.
Everyone's rolling in.
What's up, buddy? We had fun hanging out with Dave the other night at Nick's stream.
Very cool. Yep, I was watching part of that. Yep. And Just Joe says Scatman was his voice of Jazz.
My wife knows. There you go. Good. Tell her up front, buddy. 600, man. Wow.
Like 100 actors. 100 actors, I think, in the movie. And some of them are very well known. John Voight was in it. John Turturro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was one of the government agents. Yep.
You think Michael Bay went to the producers and said, "Hey, I'm going to need a little bit of money because it's a Transformers movie." And they go, "All right, Transformers, what are you going to do?" It's like big special effects. You're going to hire a big house to do them all. Like, no, we need John Voight.
We need John Voight. Yep.
So unfortunately, those movies made a lot of money, which answered the question that Team America asked. Why does Michael Bay get to keep on making movies? Because Pearl Harbor sucked. And I miss, And he gets to make them because they keep making money for some damn. Those Transformer movies, for some strange reason, made ridiculous money.
I remember
Worldwide.
the Macross toys were out, and I got the motorcycle, and I took it apart. You know how you're supposed to move them around and take them in there like a soldier or whatever, and I couldn't get it back together. So what I did was I finally read the instructions.
You read the instructions? I'm supposed to do
Yeah,
that.
I
How
know.
would you read the instructions?
There has one of them was in Japanese and one of them was in English. I got a friend who lives down the road who still has his Robotech toys, and
Yeah.
I only had the motorcycle because I thought it was pretty
Phantom
cool.
Outsider.
Hey, Phantom. Yep.
Fanning. Yeah, well, Claude Minimus is good at putting models together as you are, Mark. So you're both good at that.
I dig it. I'm looking at a flying fortress that I've had for 2 months, and all I'm doing is looking at it. But I had an Enterprise, movie Enterprise that I had for 2 years before I finally got around to it.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yep. Yeah, I melted my best Enterprise that I built. I told you that story on stream, Bob times, right?
I think so.
I had a beautiful Enterprise I had painted, and it broke. The nacelles always break, so I pinned it years ago with pins. I drilled it out and put pins in it. I think it got dropped or it broke again. So I had it in my basement. I put it in the rafters, and I do my modeling down there, and it was perfect because it was like there's some pipes, and I just had it like holding, like up in the ceiling. But then I had a halogen, one of the those halogen torch lamps underneath, and I almost never used the GD lamp, and I turned the thing on and it melted the freaking saucer section. So I might cut it up and make it like a Wrath of Khan, but this is before you could buy the all the decals to do all the to do the panels on the ship. So I'd mixed like all these colors of paint, and I painted it. It took me hours, each panel individually I painted on the ship. It looked beautiful. I melted. I was so mad. I was like, "Oh, I melted the goddamn thing."
I used the wrong kind of glue on something, probably on my Enterprise. There is something called it's like a flexible glue, and I don't know what it's for because it doesn't keep stuff in place. And I put it on the base of my Enterprise.
Oh no!
And I go back the next day, and Enterprise like listing to one side.
It's drunk, right? Yeah.
Well, I had to go in. I fixed it. I mean, it's not hard to fix, but never use that crap again. But I dare say I'm really good at putting models together, but it's so damn aggravating while I'm doing it. I put a 40s Batmobile together one time in an hour. This Enterprise took me like 3 days. Did you ever have the movie Enterprise with lights?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I had the movie Enterprise, the original. I've done. The
one with lights and sound, with all the wires going up through the nacelles and stuff.
I have two of those. I have one by Bandai that I bought years ago at my comic book shop. Not mine, but the one I shopped at, I should say. And I still haven't put that one together. It's a smaller scale. It's 1/1000th scale.
Here's what you do. You either put that model together or you jump out of a 9th floor window somewhere. Those are your choices. I put it together, and I realized I put the wires up in the arms to the nacelles wrong.
Oh God!
And I had to heat it up, pull it apart, and then do it again. And I used a clothespin to keep those arms glued together. And the wires didn't feed right, or I was I didn't.
So it never worked.
No, it worked eventually.
Eventually,
that was so freaking aggravating. And Mike, aka Clavy, remembers an Enterprise that I put together for our friend Mark in New Orleans, and did some painting on the base. He liked it, but I think I gotta get this to this guy before I do something else to it. I know if he doesn't get it right now, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pull something out. I'm gonna do it wrong.
And and you got it.
Yeah, well, I got it, and I gave it back. I gave it to the guy. It's Ace Cast Iron.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway, got it to him. He liked it, and that was me, kissing it goodbye. Go away. I don't care if your house floods and it gets eaten up by the water and all the pieces fall apart, don't ask me to come glue it back together because I will
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
quite a kit. Yeah, I've heard that kit is tough.
All right,
Yeah.
J-Man's running. So,
Take
J-Man, I
care,
want to see
J-Man.
you. I expect the full report on the con from you and Sean, buddy.
Yep.
And even though we're on late tomorrow night, it'll be worst comic book movies. Me and maybe Mark D, and maybe I think Mark D will be there, and maybe Tom.
I'll be there. Well, I'm going to see your favorite actor, Tom Cruise, tomorrow night in Top Gear 2 or Top Gun 2.
Top Gear 2. I guess that disqualifies you then. If I can't
Well,
have you
but
on the show the same night where you've seen a Tom Cruise movie. That's not.
Well,
happening.
I don't know if you've seen it, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, and I didn't really care for the first one.
Yeah, we watched the first one in the backyard theater last night, and my daughter liked it, but she's like, there was no plot, but it was fun to watch.
I think those planes ran on testosterone, but
Yeah. And Eric K says, how much for life-size working one of these? Yeah, I'm going to quit my job and build a transformer in the basement. Like,
oh, at the time Top Gun came out, they were also doing Jewel of the Nile. They were supposed to have a plane in that movie flying by, and they tried to rent one, but they couldn't because all the planes were being used by Top Gun. So they basically built a model from a model kit.
Wow.
Just use that. Yep.
They didn't call me and say, hey, can you put this together? Yeah.
That wasn't as good as Romancing the Stone.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Now, if Megan Fox had been in Romancing the Stone, it would have been called something else to the stone.
Jeffrey, that is true. James Garner was great as Maverick.
Yeah, he was
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the TV show Maverick to the Mel Gibson movie.
Mel Gibson one, yeah.
Well, he was still Pappy.
He was in there, but he wasn't Maverick. But he was. But he wasn't. But he was.
Yep. Well, here's here's Comic Relief Crusaders store where you can buy all these posters. So if you're a Transformers fan, check him out. He's also got a Thanos is Right mug there and some of his artwork. So the link's in there. So it's always good to support your buddies, and I appreciate him sending me that poster. It's very, very cool. So I don't think I'll be able to put that up in the bedroom, though. I don't think the wife will
put it on the ceiling.
Put it on the ceiling, yeah. That's what I used to have in college. I had all the posters on the ceiling, all the Star Trek posters. It was a popular dorm room with the ladies. I mean, yeah.
Wow, you can go
Star
all
Trek
night. What's going
everywhere.
on? Yeah. Optimus Prime.
So here's that. Is this the model you're talking about? The Light Enterprise?
I don't remember the boxes. It was so freaking long ago. I was like, I want to say it was 30 years ago. No, I don't think it was A.
Because there's two. Yeah, there's this one that's a more modern one. Oh God, $179. Wowzers, $300.
Yeah, we got a really good hobby store here in town, and I went in there looking for it. It looked like they got rid of all their spaceship models, but they didn't. They just put them all over on the end of the store. And I asked the guy, I pointed up at the original Galactica Viper, and I said, "Can I?" He just went, "No." So like, can I buy that from you? No, it's been up there for 25 years. No, you can't.
You tried though, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So this kit I bought, and it's all painted, but I've heard this one is really tough to do. It's a lighted system, but then there's an earlier model kit of the Enterprise, and my wife found that for me. God bless her. She got it like on Facebook, one of those pay it forward things, or like Facebook marketplaces, or. And I showed it on the show maybe like last year. I still haven't built it, but this one's really nice because it's all painted. But I heard it's a bear to put together. But I should get around to doing that.
One. Yeah, the one I had all the paneling and everything all over it, but I think they were trying to tell you paint this, use this paint, that paint. I'm not painting this fucking shit. No way. I will screw this up.
I thought you're an artist.
Well, they have like 10,000 panels.
Yeah.
On the saucer section alone.
Yeah. It took me forever to paint that. That's why I was so mad when I melted the GD thing.
Now, see, if it was my job, if somebody said, "Hey, I'm going to pay you this much to paint this," I'll be there. But if it's just me, something I'm gonna stick up on a bookcase, like, hey, why don't you paint that thing? Shut up and go to hell.
Right.
I did paint I painted Next Generation Enterprise once. I painted it black, and I don't know if Mike remembers this, but I put like a red bird of prey on it and did like red accents on it, and got to the point where, hey, what are you going to do with this thing? And models take up a lot of space, and I didn't have a
Yep.
lot of space, so I gave it to a lady that I knew that owned a bookstore, and she hung it up in her bookstore, and then she went out of
Nice.
business. I have no idea what happened to the damn thing.
Hmm.
But I also did a portrait of
Yeah.
of
Was that
right,
bookstore in Baton Rouge?
yeah, the one on
Over on
book,
Millerville?
book, book Bazaar. No, I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
I did a portrait
I remember that.
of Riker and Troy in bed with the covers pulled right up, right up to where the naughty stuff starts, and I titled it "We're Just Good Friends." And she didn't want to put it in her window. She didn't want to because her window was the only place she had to display it. So I go back there one day, like a month or so later. She's got it hanging up in there. I thought you said this was lewd. It is. Okay, never mind.
So this was the other kit and God bless my wife for getting me this. I gotta put this sucker together. This was the one. This was the first, I think, one of the first light and sound
That looks
kits.
like it.
This is the A.
Yeah.
Yep. So this one had. Is that it? Does that look familiar with all the wires and shit?
I think I don't know. Or, you and I don't really talk all that, but I think you'll agree with me. The worst feature of every Enterprise model is
the stand.
Base. Yes,
yep,
the stand.
Yep, stand and the base. Yep, they all break on all of them. Bastages.
Well, the last one they did like a 50th anniversary one. It went on sale at Hobby Lobby, so I got it for less than their price. And their stand is it's the whole thing is flimsy. The plastic is cheap, and you can't really glue it together without, I guess, Scotch tape holding it together or anything. So I took it off. I said, I'm never going to be able to put this thing on because it's so flimsy. I took the base and I set my Star Trek Enterprise NX-01 on it, and it works fine.
And we're fine. Yep.
Yeah, because it was basically a big round black base with a metal rod that goes down in a plastic and goes up.
Yep.
So
yep.
It is now holding up the NX-01.
Nice. Yep.
which I bought already put together because that's what they did.
Well, what you can do is make a separate base, but the worst ones were the Diamond Select or the toy Enterprise bases too are horrible.
The Sawhorse type bases, you seen those?
Yeah, I had some older models with that. My original Enterprise had that Sawhorse base, so it would just sit on that cradle. Yep, which actually it worked. It didn't look great, but I still have it actually in the other room. But the the model toy bases all would break. The Diamond ones or the Playmates one.
Yeah.
So I just actually fixed the. I gotta do I have all these video ideas, but what I did I got a pin drill, and I drilled through the ball that broke off and into the base, and I glued it, and it's been working. Knock on wood. So I repaired a couple of the bases, and then you crazy glue it. But it's it's like the weak link on those. It's
I've got the original Enterprise with lights and sound that was just a toy that you didn't really have to do anything but put the nacelles on, and it had sounds like 4 buttons on the top, on the back of the saucer on top, that you press, and you get stuff like the Enterprise going into warp, and then like the mechanical sounds from the bridge, stuff like that.
But, was that that was in around 94, right? But they did that one. They came out with like the Enterprise D first, I think.
They were doing everything back then.
Then they came out with that like a retro kit of the of that, if I remember right. Yeah.
That stuff they did phasers. They did communicators. They did communicators that you could record your voice on. They did a Klingon disruptor, and they did the laser from the cage.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did a big gun to the cage.
I'm talking about the kind that they held in their hands that kept clicking, click.
Yeah, the two assault phaser, basically.
Those
Yeah.
are cool.
In Enterprise, they called them phase pistols, and in the cage, they called them lasers, and then after that, it was phasers.
Is that the one Shatner uses in?
No, that's you're thinking about the
that phaser
rifle.
rifle. That would be
phaser
cool.
rifle.
That'd be great. No, the one that Pike real Pike uses in the cage.
Oh, okay, yeah, the old style one.
Oh, and again,
Yes.
hey, how
Laser.
about a moment of silence for Jose Tyler, the helmsman who never existed.
Yeah, the poor guy. Yep.
What about Dr. Boyce?
Dr. Boyce never existed either. They like, who wants a warm martini? Well, Dr. Mbenga was going to go in there and say, hey, who wants a warm martini? And he goes, oh, I'm not a drinker. I do not like the warm martini.
He's all disappeared. Yep.
Yeah.
So let me. Here we go. I'm gonna.
Mbinga.
I found a picture of my Enterprise that I did. Yep.
Captain James T. Skywalker.
Hey, Captain. Yep.
Up, bub.
Let me save this here. Oh, that picture was already in there. Of course.
I met Frank Welker back in whenever the hell that first that last Scooby Doo movie was. Oh yeah.
So this was the one that you can't really see the details. And I had my Mego figures, and every day my roommates would put Kirk and Spock in an interesting position. This was the only one I can show on screen. But every day would come back. It was like a running gag in class that Kirk and Spock would be riding the Enterprise in different ways. So of course I had this, on the ceiling in my dorm. Well, this was a townhouse. Yeah. I guess I must have just screwed it into the ceiling. And you can't really. I mean, it's such a low res picture, but I'd painted every freaking, like you said, every freaking little panel on there. And I thought it was
Dad man.
It looked pretty nice. Hey, Dad man.
Captain's log. Start date unknown. Some strange thing has happened, and we've been turned into Mego dolls, and we're too big to fit inside the Enterprise, so we have to ride on the outside. There's a strange oxygen-nitrogen envelope that is formed about the Enterprise.
We're
Spock is grabbing my ass. Why Scott?
Somebody came in one time. They heard me listening to that thing, that audio that somebody made up of Scotty talking about. I guess he was talking about Spock's penis. This thing could go anywhere, and it was a whole lot of. It was like some morning radio show did this thing where they cut audio from episodes, and it was like Kirk and Spock making out. Somebody walked in on me and they go, "What the hell are you listening to?" And I had to laugh. I'm laughing. I go, just either listen to it or go away.
Right.
When on the line when he was talking to Kirk in this audio, where he says, "I love you. I can love you." I'm like, oh God, that's not logical. Said the duplicate Kirk. But whoever put that damn thing together really knew their Star Trek.
Yeah, and these kits were a lot of fun too. Once you, like as a kid, but then once I could see, if you keep doing them, there's some amazing modelers out there. And then that you were showing me Clever times. One of your friends has the 1/350th with all the lighted effects and the sound effects. Yep. Mm. And it's just an amazing.
So
that's an amazing.
You remember how
model.
much this thing? You remember how much that one cost?
Probably when I bought it was like $15 or $20.
Yeah, and now the 50th anniversary one that they still have at Hobby Lobby is $38.99, I think. And like I said, it's just flimsy molded plastic that it's not even. It's supposed to be like the AMT model, but I had that one and it was a lot more sturdy.
Yeah, so these are AMT. Yeah, so you think they've skinched out on the plastic and how they're building them? Yep. Yeah. So.
Oh, and there's the lights on the nacelles are just solid. You have to paint them. Not like
this is all just there's no lighted effects in there yet. So
I'm talking about there were clear plastic or green plastic. The nacelles on the old AMT TV Enterprise were kind of
the orange. Front part, right?
Yeah, they're either orange or red, but now it's all just one big mold.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Enterprise model. Vintage. I would put vintage. You have one of those old kits. I mean, I'm all for building them, but if you have one of those kits, I mean, they have a new old version of it, but
Yeah,
that's one not to build or leave in the box. Yep. So yeah, this is the classic AMT that everyone had growing up.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably
I put when I was a kid. Now, I put 3 of those together, and my brother took one of them to college with him, and I never got it back.
Oh, here we go. Here's a vintage
And
1966. Yep.
they were like a really really pale blue. The one that I have now is like very light gray. They don't know what color to do the Enterprise.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
yeah, but it was just a great thing to have. You love the show, and then I have one in the basement, so I should bring it up. I have a lot of the toys.
you
In
got
my room.
the decals that have all the different starship names on them.
Yep. I still have that. Yeah, with all the whole list.
I want to make one
starship you want.
like make what was Matt Decker's ship? The
Constellation.
Constellation.
Yeah.
I want to make the Constellation. What I'm going to do is take it into the fire pit in the backyard
And melt it.
And go from there.
Well, that's why I got to make the one that I melted.
He 3D printed a Doomsday machine.
Yeah, I'll show that. Yeah.
I
do have some cool Star Trek stuff to show tonight. So why don't
you can't just be happy with corn flavored bugles?
No,
like all the rest of us.
No. You got to go over the top, right?
Yeah.
So here, let me turn my other camera on here. Oh, I should turn the power on it. That would help.
There you go.
So I got something pretty cool. My daughter gave me a Star Trek figure for my birthday, and I got some gift cards, which is always dangerous. And people told me, don't necessarily spend those on comics or toys, but famous last words, right? So let me adjust the camera here.
Niceness. Want me to?
I'll make that full screen. Yep. So my daughter got me those.
Want me to make it full screen, or you got it?
What? There we go. Yep, I got it. Yep, thank you. Yep. So let me move my mic over there so you guys can hear. But this is pretty. And Geoff did give me $1 for my birthday. So it went to the Star Trek fund. So I had already had her and Sulu from last year. You always got to go to the Hallmark store and grab them when they're on sale too. You always can get them at the end of the season. They're like on clearance. And then I picked up Kirk, I think, a while ago, and then Spock, my daughter gave me for my birthday. So let's get the mic over here, and then I'll play these. But it's amazing, all the sound effects. So what I'll do, I guess let me take the mic out of my mic stand. Hopefully it's not going to make too much noise. I'll just hold the mic. Let's see here.
You can't take the mic out of the stand.
Can't take mic out of anything.
Yeah, right. Here we go.
Boom.
Oh wow, I feel like Elvis now holding the mic.
Uh-huh.
Elvis is in the building. All right,
and
I guess this is working, right? Yeah, why didn't I think of this before? Yeah, just hold the mic, right? That works too, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
what's wrong with you, son?
What's wrong with you? So here you go. So if you got to buy one of these lighted, it's meant to work with your Christmas tree. It's Hallmark, but the old ornaments would work with, like you plug them into the Christmas light. So this guy, they have a cord you got to buy for $10, and you can plug in about like 15 or 20 ornaments with it, and then you push the button, and I got to get the tree topper. Well, the wife is not going to like that. So you get the tree topper, and there's Scotty and McCoy that are coming this year too. and I need to get check off. Yep. So I need 3 more. So here's what
See,
happened.
I don't need to hear that because I got Kirk and Spock, and I thought, well, that's enough because the rest of them are like $35 a piece. And fortunately, I was able to get them over 2 years, and they kept it. And I got the first one I got. All I did was I mentioned to my brother. I said, "Hey, did you see that Enterprise tree topper?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah. Wait, let me see." And he said, "Oh, yeah, I like that. It's pretty good." I said, "Yeah, man, that's really cool." It's like 2 days later, it comes in the mail. My brother sent me the Enterprise, and
Awesome.
I bought the Kirk first because that's what you do.
Right? You get Kirk
And
first. Yep.
and I told my daughter about it. She said, "Is he the one with the ears?" I said, "Yeah, close enough." And and now I'm going after. I was going to go after Uhura next, and then get Sulu. Uh, and then now you're telling me Dr. McCoy is coming
And Scotty. Yep.
and Scotty. Oh boy,
So, but you check Amazon. I got him on sale on Amazon. I think checkoff is $18 right now on Amazon.
really? That's probably. I
Yep.
was going to choose him last. So
But I always check. Do I put it in the cart and then you just wait till then it notifies you
yeah,
like the price on sale, especially now. Who's buying Christmas orange? But these are like
but
cool to have out. All year. So here I'm gonna
and
push the button here, and these guys are gonna start talking to each other. So
yeah,
hopefully we'll be able to. I'm gonna put the
they
mic
have
on them.
conversations, don't they?
Yeah, watch this. Yep.
Captain's log, stardate unknown. You're an ion store. My landing party is beamed back to the Enterprise and found it and the personnel aboard changed. The ship is subtly altered physically. Behavior and discipline has become brutal.
Savage.
Captain, what's happened? I don't know. Everything's duplicated. Almost. Other Enterprise. Spock with a beard.
Weird.
Communication status.
No storm damage, sir. All stations report normal. You're ordered to
Look to annihilate the Hawkins unless they comply. No alternative.
Computer. Produce all data relevant to the recent ion storm. Correlate following hypothesis.
Nemesis.
Good conditions
Could some
necessary to such an event be created artificially using the ship's power. Scotty, can you do it?
not by myself.
Yes, Captain.
Keep Sulu's attention off that
That
ball.
will.
I'll do my best, sir.
I'll find a guy.
Resistance, Mr. Sulu. The game has rules.
The rules. You're ignoring them.
I protest.
Best you come back. You didn't come back.
Come back. I'm afraid I changed my mind.
You take a lot of chances, woman.
All clear.
I cut the transport power. It was necessary to delay your beam out until I could arrive. You're a man of integrity in both universes, Mr. Spock. You must return to your universe. I must have my captain back. You shall operate the transporter. You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds. By that time, I have something to say. How long before the Hulk prediction of galactic control is realized? Approximately 240 years. Inevitable outcome. The Empire shall be overthrown.
Oh, of course.
I submit to you that your empire is illogical because it cannot endure. I submit
That
you
you
are
are
illogical
illogical.
to be a willing
Being
part
one
of it.
part of it.
One man cannot summon the future. But one man can
We have
change
to change the past.
Be the captain of this enterprise, Mr. Spock. Find a logical reason for sparing the Hawkins and make it stick. Push till it gives. You can defend yourself better than any man in the fleet. In every revolution,
Illusion.
there's one man with a vision.
With a vision.
Captain Kirk, I shall
Shall consider it. I love it.
There should be more.
Did you guys hear that? Okay, or
Yeah.
no? Good. Yeah.
I
So
love
what's
it.
cool is if you unplug each figure, like you do them solo too.
Yeah.
They work just solo. So let's start with, of course, the lead guy first. Start with Kirk, and then I didn't realize that I thought I had needed the tree topper. So when I was like, let me
No,
just buy
that thing is awesome though. It does the beam up sounds. It has the theme, and the lights change, and like multiple colors on
so
that
it's
light.
definitely worth getting, right? Yeah.
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 I think it was
But
like 140 bucks or something.
But I was
Big.
thinking this, like I thought I needed the tree topper to get these guys to talk, and you don't. So if you can't, you got to save up or
Yeah.
get them, at different times. But then each one will talk separately. So here's Kirk.
Captain's log, stardate unknown. During an ion storm, my landing party is beamed back to the Enterprise and found it and the personnel aboard chained.
We already listened to that one, but yeah, so you could use each one separately has, and then when I plugged in Spock, I'm like, wow, Spock is talking to Kirk. If you just have two, they'll just do that one scene together.
That connector is kind of a pain in the ass, though, because you better keep the box for it, so that at least you can have it in one place where it's not all jumbled up with everything else.
Oh yeah.
Standard procedure, Captain. Indeed, gentlemen. May I point out that I had an opportunity to observe your counterparts here quite closely. They were brutal, savage, unprincipled, uncivilized, treacherous, in every way, splendid examples of Homo sapiens, the very flower of humanity. Quite refreshing.
I mean, it sounds really good. I mean, the voices are great. The speaker's pretty loud, and let's see what Uhura's. I haven't tried Uhura by herself too, but you don't get that speech by Spock maybe unless I'm missing another couple figures. So I guess you don't get the whole thing until unless you had more of the figures.
Well, they started out with just those four, and like I said, I was gonna parse it out over time, and they ended up just getting Kirk and Spock. And we don't have a Hallmark around here. I had to go over to where my daughter lives to get the Enterprise and Kirk.
Yeah, fortunately we have a Hallmark store nearby, but everything's online now too. So,
yeah.
But if you want to get the good deals, it's always good to go in right after Christmas.
Oh yeah,
markdown. Yeah,
I used to do that all the time. 75% off, sure.
Sure, I'll take it. Sold.
You aren't very persistent, Mr. Cyril. The game has rules. You're ignoring them. I protest.
Yeah, she's great in that.
Hey, do you think they pay the actors anything for that?
Because I hope so.
Their voices.
I hope so. I mean, I know what their contracts are, but you would think, obviously they, whatever the the rules are, but hopefully they're getting some money from that.
Wait, remember I think the Spock one that they did before, one of the first ones was a shuttlecraft. It was Leonard Nimoy and a new recording.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
My security boards detected extensive use of computer, Mr. Spock. I was about to inform you. It's not hard to guess the nature of your order from Starfleet Command. I hope you succeed, because the order would fall on me next. And you know how Captain Kirk's enemies have a habit of disappearing.
Right.
My security boards.
Yeah, so I guess it plays the same thing. Oh, Comic Relief Crusader just got here. Yeah, if you want to, I'll send you a link if you want to hop on and talk about that poster. Again, that'd be great. And the bases are cool. Yeah, everything that lights up. I mean, I guess you could leave these suckers out all year if you wanted to, right on the shelf. I mean, with the tree topper, because the tree topper is set up kind of, you can put it on a desk, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be on a tree.
Yeah,
right?
It was in an alternate universe where Captain Kirk at the end of this episode fell in love with Ben Sisko.
I missed that one. Yep. Oh, Comic Relief Crusaders in the car. But yeah, thank you very much for sending that poster out. The link's in the chat. It's pinned, so if anyone wants to purchase that, and I'll tweet it out. But yeah, that was awesome. You didn't have to do that, but it was really appreciated. Very cool job there. It was nice. Yep. So Das Wolfen says, a Hallmark store closed down in my town, but I live in driving distance of Kansas City, where Hallmark is located. Oh, cool. Yep. No, they did a great job with all these, the figures and the licenses, because that was the first, that Shuttlecraft one was the first one that I purchased in '92. I didn't buy the '91 Enterprise. I was in college, still in college in '92, but I was. I'm like, God, it'll be cheap. I'll just come back, get it later. I didn't have that much money. There were stacks and stacks of those '91 Enterprises. I was like, oh, I'll get them all for my Star Trek buddies, and nope. I came back, they're all sold out, and that one is worth worth a ton of money now. So
they even mentioned it on the movie Free Enterprise.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, his girlfriend stole his Enterprise ornament.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I was dying. I was dying when I was watching. I was like, because that's the one. I'm like, that's the one I'm missing. I have other Enterprises, but that's the original. I always wanted to get that one, and I'm like, oh, when I was watching with my wife, I'm like, oh, that's so cruel. How could she do that? And then that's the line when she's like, and how could you know the date name
every episode of that effing television show.
And she's like, Requiem for a Martian, and I'm watching the actor, and his gears are grinding. He's going, and he's like, I'm like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
We all did
it. And he's Requiem for Methuselah. So was it Valentine's Day, February 15th, 19 or whatever the heck it was. I can't remember, but yeah,
1968.
68, yeah,
69, one of them.
69, yeah. So he's
dude.
Yep. Well, thank you for stopping by, Das Wolfen, and yep, catch you next week, hopefully. Yep, have a great week. Yep.
Oh, hey, they had the Strange New Worlds Enterprise coming soon to Hallmark.
Oh, can't wait to get that one. Yeah. Yes. So let me show what else I have to unbox. Because I went, when you get a gift card, a couple of gift cards from people. It's always nice for your birthday, right? To buy that stuff that you shouldn't buy.
Just an aside, when you get the big tree topper, it's got like a molded plastic thing inside so that the Enterprise will stay together. You can also fit some of those ornaments inside there with in their boxes.
Oh, as storage?
Yeah.
Oh, this sucker's staying out of my room all year if I get it.
Christmas? What's that?
Christmas. Wait for Christmas. Yeah.
Merry Trekmas.
But I do leave. Actually, I do have some of the ornaments I leave out on my shelf. Like this one with Kirk.
Yeah.
I leave this out all year on my shelf because it's got to be dusted. Sorry, Raquel. It's a Hallmark ornament, but I'm like, why put it in the box? I mean,
yeah. Look, a few years ago, my brother decided he was getting too old for this shit. Anyway, he gave me all of his old Star Trek ornaments. That was one of them. I got a Cisco, a Janeway. I got like some of the ships. I did not get that one. I would love to get an Archer.
So I got Archer. Yep. I got hundreds of these. I did a show on these ornaments.
Do you have the NX-01 communicator that says Archer to boarding party? Come in.
Do I have that?
Oh my
I
God.
Don't think I don't have that one. No.
That Wrath of Khan one must be made out of titanium because I was getting in my van one day to drive, and I'm driving and I see it sliding across my hood. What the hell? And it landed on the pavement. I got out and I got it. No. I took it home and I cleaned it up, and it worked for a long time. But it would do the con line or something for a second and then cut off after a while.
Off.
I just and also people that don't know this already, take the batteries out.
Yep. That's for sure. Yep.
I don't know. The batteries are still in my that communicator you were talking about, the Archer's one, and
does it work?
And my phase pistol, they still work. I hadn't messed with it in a while, but they were working.
I took them out of the phase pistol. The Archer one, I think you really got to work hard to get that one out.
Well,
cannot be touched. I, of course. Love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it lights up, which is so
yeah.
view screen lights up, which is so cool. So that one stays out on my shelf all year too. So it's like, why?
Do you have the mirror universe with McCoy and Spock standing by this thing, and they're
No, I want to get that one too. Yeah. And then this is the tricorder, which Raquel went nuts over when I was showing.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a great one. That's amazing.
Some disturbance coming from that cave. Tricorder, still operating, sir. Mr. Spock, what do you make of that? This is not human skin tissue, Captain. It has the same basic cell structure as the plants here.
Shore leave.
Dr. McCoy, reading on the atmosphere, please. Partial pressure of oxygen, 70 millimeters of mercury, nitrogen 140. Breathable if you're not running in competition.
Galileo 7.
I can see the doctor.
yeah.
Yep. So that's a Hallmark ornament too. That's one of the better. What year is that? 2018 or 16. So I leave this on the shelf
Greatness.
too.
Holding up
It's like,
pretty good.
why put it away? It's like,
I go into repair mode every once in a while when I find an old Star Trek toy that I've misplaced. I pulled out the Next Generation medical tricorder, and as I remember, I put it away because it just stopped working. So what I did was I took it apart, cleaned off the inside out, and you
in
can't.
the contacts.
You've got to be really careful whether you use a toothbrush or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Vinegar's
alcohol.
good on the contact. Vinegar's actually really good on the contacts.
Okay.
Yep.
I just use isopropyl, and I'll remember that now. But I put it back together, and I was actually surprised that it worked after that.
Great. No, it's always nice when you when you get it. Get something to work. That's you feel just so much better.
My son had a dustbuster from Next Generation, and I managed to take all the green crap out from the battery compartment, and it doesn't work, and I don't care because it's a freaking dustbuster.
Yeah.
And do you have another one, or do you just have that one?
I have 3 of them.
Holy crap! I had one that a friend gave me for helping him work on his car or something.
Greatness.
And I traded it in for something that I still have. The first Star Trek soundtrack that had the cage.
Okay.
And had the cover from Where No Man Has Gone Before cassette.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll tell you how long ago that was. I still got it. November 75.
Yep, that was a good year. So, push to talk, and then red alert. Only one of these still works, and I have a video on my channel on these. So,
do you remember how much that one cost?
Well, I think these were $9.95 for 2 when they first came out.
Yeah,
something like that. Of course, Santa Claus brought these, so they were free.
Did you ever get the space helmet or?
Oh, I never got the space helmet. I wanted the base station too.
Yeah. The one
so
that
bad
said,
I wanted the base
station.
Did
it said Spock on the helmet?
Spock on the
light.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
I was watching something about that. They said, we have these little helmets. You think we can repurpose these things? And yeah, let's do it. Let's call it the Star Trek helmet because, they wear helmets all the time in Star Trek.
Why not, right? And this is my other favorite Star Trek toy since we're talking Trek.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, his bird got caught inside of that thing.
So my uncle after a while was like, Marcus, if I hear you playing with that again, I gotta smash it because I was shooting shit all day with this. Just and there's a compartment in here where you can store all your targets. Let's see so you had the Enterprise ship, and you put that on the front with the flashlight. I don't have the batteries in for the flashlight.
And of course, it made a perfect silhouette in light of that Enterprise, except that it didn't.
Yeah. And then of course you had the Klingon, and you had a UFO. But don't ask me why. But those are the three things that came in. Yeah. So there's the compartment, the hidden compartment. It was a well-designed toy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my all-time favorites. Yeah.
My first phaser I bought wasn't actually a phaser. I was at a convention and a guy was selling like pieces of metal and plastic that you had to cut stuff out and glue things down. And I'm sitting there like I realized after a while I can't glue metal to plastic. so it didn't really work, and I was able to make it stick, but I just couldn't use it. And it was actually something that somebody tooled out of some kind of metal. Yeah, I don't think it was magnetic; it might have been lead. But that you could pull the other thing off and use it as the little hand phaser.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Only I could never kill anybody with it. Oh, my brother sent off. This is how gullible we were. My brother sent $2 off to get the plans to build a phaser. You know, one of the components for our phaser was
What?
a Polaroid flash cube.
Nice. So this is the Wrath. I don't know if this is Wrath of Khan or TMP. I'm not sure. Sure which.
I had a squirt
That's
gun.
TNT.
That's TMP, right? Yep.
Pretty
And
sure.
This comes apart, which is pretty cool, and you can use it as a type.
Yeah, it is.
Type, and then
I think it
it
is.
still works here. Yep.
And
Yeah.
somebody must still make those, because on Star Trek Continues, on one of the episodes, they brought in like the whole briefcase of new phasers. They all look really cool.
Well, I mean, that's a toy, and it looks pretty damn good. I'll grab my other one. There's slight differences. I can't remember which was TMP and which was. You think that was TMP, Claudia, right?
I think so.
The squirt gun was gray with stickers on it.
Well, this is the other version I have, which is more gray and not silver.
Yeah.
And then this one doesn't come apart, and then it's got the. Yeah, I might have taken the batteries out of this one. Oh no, here it goes. Here it goes. Yep. So let's see if we.
Let's say 1990, 1995,
1996. Is that 6?
Yeah.
Playmates.
So
can't tell.
It said Paramount, I think.
And then you turn the dial, and you can change what the setting is. Then it shoots. Yeah. So that's this one doesn't come apart. Well, someone will Google it for us, but and then I think this one, does it say on here what?
Does it say anything on the bottom, or
maybe it's the bottom on this one? Let's say here. 2009. Yep, Diamond Select. All right, so that's a 2009 Diamond Select. So, and then this is the. So this must obviously is much older. There's something about this one that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
those are fun. So, but yeah, I got quite a few Star Trek items lying around. So.
Indeed.
Remember when I did the Enterprise? I have the Enterprise. So I got to do a show on that, the battle damage one. And I opened it up, unboxed it. I still have to clip it from the clubhouse and make a video of that. But people are saying, no, don't do it. Don't open it up. The battle damage Wrath of Khan. And someone's like, it's worth way too much in the box. But the batteries were trash too. So if I didn't take it out to change the batteries, I can't believe the batteries didn't corrode after all these years.
The batteries would change you.
So of course it's more Star Trek 3. They call it Wrath of Khan, but it's got the Star Trek 3 damage on here.
Storing your Star Trek toys with the batteries in them would make a preacher cuss, because
well, what I recommend is also buying lithium batteries, the really expensive lithium batteries.
And make sure you keep the silica gel packs.
Lithium is no longer available on credit.
Ha ha. How about dilithium?
I was quoting Buckaroo Banzai and you missed it? Wow.
Yeah.
Laugh while you can, monkey boy.
Oh, have you seen the cell phone that is the communicator?
That's this. Yep.
This
is the
That's that one?
That's that one. Yep.
Does it work as a cell phone?
It works great. The only problem was I had it hooked up, and then whenever I was in the house, it would answer on the communicator. It's a great speakerphone, but sometimes, and I got to figure out how to like disconnect it, But it was, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous job they did with this.
I used to have a cell phone with a flip, so I would always open it that way.
Yeah,
I
the
wouldn't just pick
Motorola
it up,
flip. Yep.
clip. Yeah. What was it, like $250 for that, or?
It's you're gonna out me on my show if my wife is watching. This was
I was like $1.98, I think.
It was $15
on Amazon with a coupon.
Well, they do have this is for sale on StarTrek.com right now. I think I got it for $150.
Now,
and my tip was
covered metal or plastic?
It's metal. Yeah, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, it's all real high quality metal. Yeah, metal cover.
So when you take it into the cell phone store to activate it, do they look at you funny? Like,
yeah, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
What century are you from?
But actually, if you buy this from StarTrek.com, sign up as your first purchase, you can get 15% off.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. It's got a magnetic stand, so you just flip it to the stand. And I missed this like 10 years ago, or whenever it came out, and it was one of the things I'm like, I can't miss this again. So when it was out, a
few years ago, somebody had a really cool, hard plastic or metal communicator that was on a base, and there was a thing that like a plate on it that was autographed by William Shatner. So my brother calls me and said, is this a good price for this? I said, well, first of all, you got Shatner's autograph on there, and it came
real,
with
right?
A certificate of authenticity. And he said, is $140 too much to pay for this? I said, let me go see. And no, I didn't. I knew he wanted it, but he had given me all of his Hallmark ornaments. So also, like, he's a grown up, mature, married man with kids. They're out of college now. So he came by the house. He lives in Texas. I'm in Baton Rouge. He comes by the house. He goes, hey, you want these? The old Star Trek poster magazines that
nice.
I had a subscription for, but it ran out after 4 issues. He had all of them. So
that's
now
amazing,
I have all of them. Wonder what's going to happen when he dies.
Someone will enjoy it, right? Yeah, my wife keeps joking. What am I going to do with all your crap? So I'm already writing a list. Yeah, Claudia, you get the FF sign and some other things stuff. Yep.
I just boldly went, says Jeffrey.
What the hell?
So so this, you can buy this sucker for $180 and 20% off with code SUMMER. Exclusions apply. Valid through 6/30. So all right, so you got 4 days. I'm enabling everyone to buy this 20% off.
I'm gonna go check out Five Below, see what they have.
But it goes into this, it's a magnetic charging stand here, which is cool. So you just plop the communicator on it, and you talk. It comes, the speakerphone. You don't hold it to your ear if you're a Star Trek fan.
Yeah,
you know that. So, but yeah.
Oh man, when I found out my phone had a speaker because the cell guy didn't tell me that, when I flipped it open and hit that speaker button, yeah, that's how I talk to everybody.
So you probably had this phone, I'm guessing. Here, let me make this full screen again here.
No, it's not. Mine wasn't that. It was a Samsung, and it flipped
the top flipped the other way up. So, yeah. This is the first Motorola flip phone. So
I made
one of the first ones. Yeah,
I made a communicator out of an old Kodak Instamatic camera I had because it didn't flip open. You pull the part up that was blocking the lens, and I drew the grating.
Which
from the cover. Kodak, not Kodak. Was it Kodak?
No,
Kodak.
Mark, which phone did you see? I didn't see it until I had my
yeah.
He has that thing. That thing that he just showed looked like something from X-Files season 1.
Yeah, my dad had that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, still does probably somewhere.
Let's see what my phone number is. Yep. That doesn't work anymore. 4610642. Please do not dial that number.
Dial that number, everybody. Dial it.
You have just won.
I have a bone to pick.
Number, actually, 0642. That's
pepperoni pizza, no anchovies.
I actually have a complaint to pick with you.
Okay.
You have the Batman figures.
Yeah,
Why?
because it was gonna. Well, they're motorcycles. I
Oh,
love
okay, that's
motorcycles. Yeah, I got to show
Well,
these.
that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, so it had an antenna and everything. So yeah, that's a classic Motorola phone. God, we've come a
And you had
long way,
that.
baby.
You had that adhesive strip on the back. What was that for? To keep it on your dashboard?
Yeah, so
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
you
That's right.
Velcro it to your dashboard. Yeah,
God,
That's what my dad did.
I,
Back
sound
then,
I sound like an electronics Indiana Jones.
he used to have to bring a car from off the lot, or
Yeah.
when he was wholesaling back in the 90s, and you had to go to this place called Star One, not Star One, like One Star, not Star One from Blake 7, but something like that. And they had different places, Star Jack and stuff. And you have to leave the car there for an hour or two for them to install the car phone.
Yeah. Peel the sticky back off of it and stick it on your dash. That's what they were
No,
doing.
they had to actually install it in the car.
yeah, it was physically in the. I had one of those in my van. Yeah, and it went through the floor. There was like a stand that was attached to the floor. Then they had like a pack battery. The first ones had like a big, like
They had a
big
brick phone,
electronics package that went under the seat, and then it hook it up to your power.
Yeah, we used to go there, drop a car off, pick it up a couple hours later.
Yeah.
Yep.
We thought that was amazing.
I knew a guy who was a security guard at a mall, and he complained about how little money he made. He comes in the mall one day, was big, looked like a briefcase hanging off his shoulder, and I called him and said, "Hey, come here, what you got?" Because it wasn't a briefcase. It was, remember bag phones? It was a cell phone.
Yeah, you
yeah.
And it felt like it had to weigh about 50 pounds, probably more like 30, but it was huge.
Yeah.
If somebody was going to steal that from him, he'd just walk past and walk behind them until they got tired out and fell down.
Yeah, or you could attack someone with that, right? Yeah. God.
Sling it like Thor's hammer.
Yeah. So here's so I was gonna unbox them. I'm a big love motorcycles, and gotta get. I have actually a Honda, kind of like this one. So I know Clouby's not a big fan of the Batman. Let me get the mic stand set up here.
Yeah,
have you ever had a motorcycle, like a real one?
Oh yeah. I've got.
God, yeah.
I have 13 motorcycles.
I only had 2. I had a Yamaha Maxim 750, which was the cure for me riding motorcycles. Bike. Oh, it was. It was a nice looking. It was a 750. It wasn't a big old hog or anything. Had a nice steering. And then one day, some 16-year-old kid pulled out in front of me, and I slammed into the back of his car, flipped over, and I think Mike was around back then. But I got up and realized I twisted my ankle, but I had to run anyway because my bike was on fire.
Oh God!
Yeah, and then I ran. I jumped over this concrete pylon, and I heard it explode.
Oh Jesus! God.
And the kid goes, well, I didn't see him.
I didn't see him.
It was a Yamaha. I don't know about all motorcycles. Yamaha Maxim 750. When you turn the key, light comes on. So.
Yeah, all motorcycles after 77, I think, or 76.
Yeah, this is like 82 or 83 or something like that.
Yeah. The KZ400, yeah, that's a nice bike too. Yep.
Love that bike, man. And my wife won't let me get one now.
Love those Princess Bride figures.
Yeah, so what should I open first? The Princess Bride?
You open these? We're doing some opening?
Yeah, let's do some opening.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, why not?
You got to open Wesley.
I'm all for opening.
I mean, you got to open the Dread Pirate Roberts first.
Yeah. Be toxic and open the man go first.
Oh, this is where you're supposed to open her and then say, get used to disappointment.
Okay, used to and Raquel is still not seeing this movie, so.
Really?
So I'm away.
Oh, my God.
Inconceivable. So I'm away from the chat, Mike, so if you want to show any chats or things, feel free.
Okay, well, let's see. Opening.
Eric K is here.
Yep. What's up, Eric?
Eric K and I usually end up in the same damn chat rooms all the time.
You never see Minimus and Eric. Well, you do see them in the same place, so I guess they're not the same person after all.
Inconceivable.
What's up, brother? Bronze Rancher, what's up?
Inconceivable. 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 You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Oh, and I don't know if they still do it, but Manny Patinkin's son has this thing where he does videos of his parents, and they say that Manny Patinkin is kind of an asshole and not easy
I've
to
heard
work
that.
with. But if you see him and his wife sitting at a table, or sometimes they're in their motorhome with their dog, it's their son doing the video, and he is funny as hell. Especially, and he gets really touched when people tell him stuff about the Princess Bride and how much it meant to him.
Yeah. I remember one time when I tried to explain to him how much he liked it. You know what he told me?
I'm
Gumby, baby.
That was very much like Manny Patinkin.
Which I thought was weird because I thought it was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Sorry.
Gumby. It was actually Gumby. Gumby pretending to be
So
Eddie
I
Murphy.
apologize
pretending
for
to be Gumby.
exceeding my authority and using one of your videos.
No, go for it. That's awesome. You have the power.
Anyway,
yeah.
there we go.
All right, so let's open. So you said open Wesley first. Yep. So these are
I hate the boss of you.
McFarlane toys,
Go for
and
it.
or you can buy them now. So yep, they're out.
I wonder how much the Fezzik weighs.
Fezzik, I didn't buy Fezzik yet, but he's
Oh well.
he's a little bit more money. Fezzik, he's
Yeah.
got a lot more plastic.
It's like I got Kilowog and Thanos, and they're pretty massive. Also, that big Hulk that came out.
I got a comic
year ago.
related, a comic accurate Thanos is pretty good. He's pretty big, but he should be bigger.
Did
actually.
he come with death with a mask? Mine came with the death with a mask, and you
Is
take
it a
it
comic
off.
book one?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
good.
No, I didn't get any of the movie crap.
Yeah, I'll get the movie one. I don't think he came. No, he didn't come with that. Everybody
My,
Good night,
Thanos-
Steve. Sleep well. I'll most likely kill you in the
Take
morning.
care, Steve.
No, he's not saying good night. I just wanted to use a quote on him.
Okay. Yep.
I just wanted to use that quote on him.
Dream of medium-sized women
And
that
there's
won't hurt your hip at your advanced age.
Yeah, dream of large women.
I always dread pulling that stuff out of the box because I know I'm going to tear one of those flaps.
Yeah,
you always dread the Pirate Roberts. What?
Yeah, I dread Pirate Roberts tearing the thing.
Yeah.
Is there that man? That's a pretty good head
Yeah, I
sculpt.
got my Thanos figurine in 1978 at McDonald's.
How
Oh,
about that? Oh, they did have a Thanos helicopter at Walgreens.
yeah, I saw that.
I couldn't.
Because it was in a comic.
I couldn't even force myself to get that. I just looked at it.
I
I
saw
think
it
I might have taken a picture of it, but it was at Walgreens with all their other toys that looked like stuff they couldn't give away. And it said Thanos on the side of his helicopter.
Yep. Well, they should have had one in the movies.
This looks pretty damn
damn
good, I
crazy.
gotta say.
It does.
Great.
That face looks just like him.
Yeah.
They should
Great.
try to make it look more like he did in Psych, but he's a little puffier then.
Yep. Too bad he's such a prat in real life.
Yeah. What was that show he did that he didn't mean to do for Daily Wire?
Hyperions.
Hyperion. Yeah, that
They
was pretty
bought
good.
it after he did it. Because all I know is he didn't talk about it after that.
It was like, yeah, it sat around for like 2 or 3 years before they finally got it. Still haven't seen Terror on the Prairie yet. But
Me
you
neither.
don't deal with the twist ties?
I'll just cut these suckers off.
I know. I would love love all of them to have just those little clips that you can just snip off. I have a pair. Get this. I have a pair of toenail clippers for that, and they work fine.
Be free.
She's Princess Buttercup is over there going, I know Wesley will come for me. How can you be sure? Can you tell by looking, is Buttercup's costume, is it cloth? Or I guess
it's cloth. Yeah, it looks like cloth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Yep. So there's only 4 figures in this line so far. I'm assuming they're gonna come out with more. We got to get some more figures in this line. I guess this is Wave.
So what do they have?
One.
Like other two, like
They've got Fezzik
and Inigo.
And who was it? Was it
Inigo?
Inigo? Yep.
Yeah.
I think we need a Sicilian to complete this set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, he's in there good.
Never
I hate
go
those
against
bubbles
a
like that.
Sicilian when there's toys on the line.
It's always you got to be careful getting those suckers out of there.
Yeah. The King Kong that I got felt like it was going to break when I was pulling it out. So
Yeah. If it were a NECA, you had a good chance of it breaking.
it was. It's a
Are these
NECA.
NECA? These are McFarlane.
McFarlane.
No, they're not McFarlane.
This is McFarlane, yep.
Oh, they are McFarlane?
These are McFarlane figures.
Okay. NECA, I mean, you got to watch those.
Oh, NECA, I got the Mummy, Wolfman, and Frankenstein. And I'm guessing I'm going to call it quits if they do Dracula. Because those things are like $35 a piece. And they're only about as big as the Marvel things. They're like 22. Way too much. I wish I had a worse memory than I do, because I remember the Marvel Toy Biz stuff used to be $7.
Oh yeah, they were cheap
Yeah.
when it first, and they were, those were great figures for the price.
I got that Rhino that they did was really good.
Wesley is free. That's a damn nice figure. I'm happy with this one.
Yeah.
Let's get his base here. Oh, we got
Nice. It is
Steve
good.
just signed in.
Oh, I got it. I got you.
Greetings, all.
Welcome, Stever.
Hi.
Maddie's daddy.
Oh no, this is sealed to the bottom here. Oh, geez. I hate that.
Try a little iocane powder on it.
It's what?
Iocane powder.
What's it's what?
It's for your diaper rash.
It's the base isn't loose, so you got to tear it from the.
No, yeah, the base is yeah. Oh God, they put those things in there and make them really annoying.
Yeah, it's like come on.
Have you tried to open a package of razors lately? You need a chainsaw to open a.
You need a razor to open them.
I got a Dollar Shave Club, so they come out. They're coming pretty easy to get out of there.
Oh,
You're right. Yeah, that is true about razors. So luckily, they're
Yep.
a pain in the ass.
and toys and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to rip the. I did a pretty good job, but
I don't know why they call it Dollar Shave Club. It's like $3 now, but
yeah, well, that was before.
started out when I started.
inflation
It was
hit.
$1.
Yeah, it's inflation. Yeah. Zero Mostel is now $1.
Yeah.
Pumpernickel is now pumper quarter.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's looking good.
Excellent. There you go.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah,
like,
put
"Why
it-
am I in here?
That does look really good.
Put his saber in his
That's
hand.
great.
I got to get in the saber now. Yep.
I should have gotten into this business years ago. I can sculpt all these guys.
That's awesome.
I can sculpt anybody you want. I just don't know anything about 3D printing. And
Well, I could do that.
Yeah.
yeah, the thing is,
I think we're seeing the start of a new business here.
There we go.
maybe we can get Aunt Jenny to sew the costumes. Oh, Clavy won't get that because that's a reference from a Tom Cruise movie.
I'm
Wait,
content.
was he lefty or righty? Or
Content not to get it then.
Oh, here's both. Remember that?
yes, I was
Oh,
waiting
that's
for
right,
that. I was
yeah.
waiting for that.
I
So
am not
let's-
left-handed.
and I am as well.
You know, years ago, when I was at LSU, I got certified with the Society of Fight Scene Directors. Claude will probably remember this because they
I saw the picture.
they actually asked me to speak at a con, and it was a con job. But every time we crossed swords, you could hear somebody in the group saying, "You see what he said, fellow? I hate to kill you."
Yeah.
You seem a decent fight choreographer. I'd hate to die.
It's probably the most quotable movie, in my opinion, other than probably Airplane.
Yeah,
Or-
if it's
or
not,
Mel
it's right in
Brooks.
the top. I mean,
Yeah.
there are probably a few of them, but yeah,
It's a top tenor, as we like
Probably
to say.
Blazing
fiver.
Saddles, Airplane, and Princess
Right.
Bride. Probably.
No.
Yeah.
amongst others. But there's a lot of other
I-
ones. Yeah, but
I don't know if you guys watch these reaction videos that people do, like it's their first time seeing Princess Bride or Blazing Saddles, and it's
Yeah.
like they don't show, it's like 30 minutes long.
Right.
They average about that, and these people can't believe the kind of humor people used to get away with back in the 70s and 80s. That's because they were born in the 90s, or like they're only
Yeah.
17 now.
And now
Oh, yeah.
all speech and thought must be approved by Big
Yeah.
Brother.
that's exactly right.
But another one, if you watch Bill Burr, Bill Burr did
When it
not
was funny.
give a damn.
When he wasn't a traitor
Yeah, when he still had hair on top of his head.
and integrity.
Yeah. I don't know I don't know how much integrity he had. He was on
Well,
Breaking Bad.
Oh,
He was on the Chappelle show for a while though, so I guess Chappelle thought he was
used to
all
be.
right.
No, now
Oh, it's tough being a comedian. Not
he's a sellout.
Yeah, it's not.
Well,
That's what.
In my old college, the year before I started there, Jay Leno did a bit, like did a orientation, and we get there. It's like I'm going, hey, orientation. All right, I'm one of you guys, fellow kids. And I get up there. I said, how long does this last? They said, well, last year Jay Leno was here. Who's here this year? Oh, the college president,
Right.
Jeff.
My
Jeff is here.
my college graduation, it was Reagan actually.
Wow.
Yes, I recall that.
Hey, that was pretty
Wow.
good.
There's
You know what you
Steve
guys
out
should
there.
do?
Steve, get up and kick somebody in the head.
You know what I was thinking this earlier because when I saw Claude was on, everybody knows, Clobby does 1 million impressions. I do a few, which a few of you people were kind enough to compliment me on. Claude, apparently, from what Clobby tells me, is even better.
He's the
than he is.
best.
You
Way
should
better.
one of you guys should do a show and just get like everybody that does an impression to just come on the show for like
Do
like
impressions.
Cardinal Sin does.
I was just playing one time. I went to see Mike Grell at this shop in Mississippi, and we started talking about Sean Connery, who could play Warlord. He said Sean Connery could have done it, and I started doing my Sean Connery, and I think it's bad, but he stopped drawing and he looked over at me and he goes, "Hey, that's pretty good."
Can you do some for us now?
Do it.
I wish I could remember the speech from The Rock.
Basically, it was losers do their best. Winners
Losers.
have to come to the crumb queen.
Oh, I can't say it then. Damn it!
Clobby, you're doing it as Scotty. But
Losers do their best.
Clobby does some good impressions. He does some that I can't stand. But
No, I
but your Scotty is, I think, the best I've ever heard.
I don't think so. Claude could do it way better.
You mean like you talking about a little dog, or are you talking
Claude
about
could do
James
it way
Doohan?
better.
Yeah, a Yorkie. He also does a Yorkie.
Chris Doohan actually gets pretty close sometimes.
I'm telling you, Clobby's is really good. I give him a lot of crap for his Carson and his Cosell because I think they suck. But
you never tell anything about my Cosell. Now you tell me you don't like that one. I'm in the Cosell business now.
Hey! But I just permanently. That's all he's going to do now. Yeah.
Do it this way.
I still stand by my comment about your Scotty though. Your Scotty is like spot on, like better than like anybody.
You realize the Cosell one is supposed to be over the top though.
Yeah. Remember the Pro Quarterback magazine that had a comic strip in there called Super Fan? Their Cosell was hard hit, curse well. That's who you're doing. Hard hit, curse well.
Mark, do you do any impressions?
No, I mean I a few very lame ones, but no. I guess
Come on, Mark.
All right.
Hey, lady.
Okay,
You
just
guys
for
are
Steve.
Actually, Clobby does a really good also Roger Rabbit.
I can't
Anyone
remember.
else pissing me
I
off
remember
right
that.
now? I
I
can't
remember that
get
one.
Wesley. I can't get the Dread Pirate Roberts to hold his sword. I'm gonna have to put that
Put his hand in boiling water.
Boiling water, but you can't open the hand up.
Just put him doing giant swings on a tree branch and leave it at that.
Okay, I tell you what, just for you, Steve. There you go. There's my Scotty.
Computer. Hello, computer.
Just use the keyboard.
The keyboard. How quaint.
I love that one.
Not now, Madeline.
And it
That's a
doesn't
new
even fit
sitcom.
in the, it
Not
doesn't
now,
fit in the
Madeline.
holster.
Oh, I do a Star Trek. Imitation that I'm very proud of.
Go ahead.
What happened?
The doctor gave me a pill and I grew a new kidney.
I did an impression of George. I did an impression of George 2K at
2K.
2K. Y2K. I did an impression of Y2K.
Why not?
Oh my!
I did an impression to him or of him to him, and he thought it was pretty good, but he may have just being nice.
Yeah.
Did you say, "Oh my"?
Oh my!
Oh my! No, I said I
Where
can't
was
do
it?
it now. I can't do it now because I'm sick and I'm all congested. But I basically said, "Don't call me tidy."
Yeah.
There you go.
I can't do it now 'cause I'm
You
congested.
say,
But he
so much for the lunar trading cruise.
so much for the little trading cruise. Yeah, he thought it was pretty good. This was when he was doing that Star Trek Continues or something, whatever it was called, The episode was called "World Enough in Time," where I built the bathrooms on the CG Enterprise.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to check if you were listening. Yeah, that's why I called it a holster. Yep. Yeah, the sword doesn't fit in the scabbard. That's a point off for the figure.
The answer, Kal-El, is because he was Scotty.
What's the question?
Basically, he was wondering how Scotty was able to type so fast on the keyboard, especially that old antiquated old
with a finger missing.
The original Mac.
They didn't even have like keyboards with his time.
Yeah.
How he was able to do that because he's Scotty.
Because he's only got 9 fingers.
He's been yeah.
Frodo of the 9 fingers on the Ring of Doom.
And he had seen one in the museum before.
Yes. I for one got to go to Excelsior. Excelsior. Why in God's name would you want that bucket of bolts?
I didn't say it should be hauling garbage.
I said it should. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Clobby, I actually did. I think I told you this story, but I'm not sure if Claude ever heard it. If Minimus ever heard it. I did an impression of Clobby doing an impression of Christopher from Back to the Future. Christopher.
That's impressive.
Not Walken. Christopher Lloyd. And I got a standing ovation of about 500 people. But Christopher Lloyd said, "Stop that."
He may have just been messing around.
I was at the Universal Studios tour one time, and they had a guy who had the clothes on. He had some kind of wig, but I don't think I ever heard a doc go, "Hey kids, get over here."
Did you tell him, "Bolts, show it you
over there"?
Oh my God.
Yeah, my impression of that I get a lot of compliments about is just an impression of Clobby doing Christopher Lloyd.
I guess Jane Wyman is the first lady.
So Clobby, here's a trick for StreamYard. If you go,
hey, you take your damn hands off her. You really think I had to swear?
Yes,
swearing,
God damn it, George,
Daddy-o. So, are you trying to tell me this sucker is nuclear?
If you go to StreamYard where it says Mark D, drop that arrow down, and you'll see where it says Star Trek. And I have all kinds of Star Trek videos lined up.
You know, sometimes actors don't like their likenesses being used, but that looks like Carrie Elwes, and that has kind of. Sometimes you have to twist them a certain way so you can catch that. See, when you turn it to, I guess when you turn it to her right. It does look more like her. No,
yeah, it's not as good of a sculpt.
If I do what? What are you talking
about?
So
see where it says Mark D on the top right, the brand?
No.
Above brand color. There's a drop down with my name.
Okay,
yeah, see where it says Mark D. I go above that,
yes.
See where it says drop down, and I have all my videos arranged. So there should be one that says Star Trek.
Yeah, there's
drop down.
So if you click Star Trek.
A few of them.
Yeah, so if you do the Star Trek, well, no, I mean, but you can pick for fun. But there's a bunch of it, and there's TNG, and then see it changes. So then you have all the different. Oh,
no, man,
TOS only has a few, but TNG probably is more. I'm uploading as I go, but yeah, that way I have them all broken down.
That one I don't think is nearly as good as the Wesley. Her jawline, her cheekbones are too prominent, almost masculine looking. And I don't know why parts of the dress are plastic and parts are cloth. I don't really see the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, it's very different.
I have had enough of you.
By accident.
So the top part looks like it's plastic, but that looks cloth.
Yeah,
I guess
so this is
plastic too.
A plastic sleeves, yeah.
And then this is a dress.
Different.
So she's all plastic. Yep.
I didn't. Do you have
plastic?
Do you have Inigo Montoya?
No, I did not buy Inigo yet.
So you used to have those two?
I just have those two. Yeah, this is my starter kit.
Inconceivable.
Very cool. Why did you get Bruce Wayne?
He's gonna go on the motorcycle.
He's terrible as Bruce Wayne. You should have Batman on that motorcycle.
No, he's undercover.
Oh, that's right. I remember that part of the movie now. That 18-hour movie.
All right, so let's see here. Don't break your foot.
Took me 3 times to get through that movie.
Those 3-hour movies, so
Yeah.
a 3-hour tour.
I tell you, I fell asleep during Doctor Strange the other day.
You fell asleep?
That's strange.
Yeah.
It's not even. That's not very strange, actually. Yeah, I mean it was okay, but it was not. Yeah.
I didn't think it deserved the hate that it got, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't that great.
It wasn't a horrible movie, wasn't it?
I mean,
it was
it's like a one
was
time you kind of
mediocre.
enjoyed it, and then you start thinking about stuff. Thinking, yeah, that was kind of dumb. And you never really go back and watch it again. It's already on Disney Minus.
Okay, so I have to ask: do they have the rodents of unusual size?
Not yet. They just have the 4 figures.
These are new.
So what you're saying
along
is you don't think they exist?
Look along your wall, the bottom of your wall there. They're probably running around.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
True Love
looks perfect. She looks like a
True Love.
I mean, she's okay. It's
Well,
just,
here's her picture, real life picture.
I mean, it's good. It's not. It's a fine figure, but I mean,
it's not horrible. But she does have prominent cheekbones. But
It's the cheekbones.
They overdid. They gave them pheasant's cheekbones. I think.
Yeah, right, Steve. Yeah.
that's all right.
When my brother got married the second time, the pastor knew that I was a big fan of this movie, and during the ceremony,
marriage.
He didn't.
No, he didn't do anything like that. But he snuck in. But he did sneak in love, true love, and everybody look at to blame. Everybody Minimus, last week we were talking about this and about how the scene with Billy Crystal when he's doing the bellows and stuff, he was improvising so much that they had to clear the room because Carrie Elways kept laughing and he's supposed to be mostly dead. And apparently,
thankfully, not all dead. All dead, you can't really do anything.
I mean, he's mostly dead.
Ooh, look who's the expert now?
No, he's all dead. There's only one thing you can do: go through his pockets and look for loose
change.
Is it lean? But they apparently the guy that Mandy Patinkin bruised a rib because he was laughing so hard at that scene. And so they basically first they took him out, and then they ended up taking Carrie Elways out. Then they took everybody out. That's why there were so many close-ups of just Billy Crystal, or cutaways that were filmed later because people couldn't stop cracking up.
Well, you got to expect that from anybody that can make Robin Williams laugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember when he was on Saturday Night Live. How good it was. You look marvelous.
And I don't say that to everyone. You look marvelous. Does anybody remember? I guess Mark remember.
I remember him telling Mr. T and Hulk Hogan how their titties bounced up and down when they talked, when they laughed.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And they kept doing it because he made them laugh even more when he said that shit. So
he was just really good at improv, like Robin Williams is.
Yeah.
When Christopher, everybody's name is Christopher. What's going on here? Superman, Christopher Reeve, when he was in the hospital after his accident, his roommate from Juilliard, who everybody knows was Robin Williams, basically came in and while he was in his coma, just kept telling jokes the whole time, trying to keep his spirit. I think even after he was out of his coma, to bring his spirits up.
Yeah, because they had some kind of a deal with their roommates saying that if anything ever happened to them, they'd take care of each other, and he did.
Yeah, one of Robin Williams's sons' name is Christopher.
Yeah.
As well, so
All right, so let's get to the next portion of unboxing tonight. So I definitely like these figures, but maybe Andy Masterson can tell me where to get a new head for Princess Bride.
Oh, is Andy Masterson here tonight?
No, but I'm just.
I was going to say I didn't see him.
But he does all those amazing customs, and you can
put her in a microwave for about 30 seconds.
I wonder if you can take her head off. Let's see. How does this head come off?
She could take yours off.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. There's a neck.
She's married to Sean Penn. She's got expert skills.
Are they still married, or did they get divorced?
I think they got divorced.
Who's that?
Robin Wright Penn.
Oh, they got divorced. She was remarried.
Yeah.
They got divorced like 10 years ago or something. She got remarried.
And then she was on Oh, that Netflix show, House of Cards, right?
Yeah.
That was.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
She was good in
She
that.
played
Of
another
course.
weirdo's wife.
Yeah. And then what's his name was written off. Then she became the. I still haven't finished watching that show. I will have a
What's
few
the British
seasons to
version?
go.
What's the
Yeah,
original
the British
version?
version's better, probably. Right. I would like to go to that rib place in Washington D.C. if it's true or not. But,
Look,
Sorry,
it's a real
rib place?
It looked
real.
that looked on the show like the president or what's his name, who I won't say, but he kept going to that
Oh, the show.
like a
Okay,
hole in the
gotcha.
wall, rib play, barbecue place.
Minimus, did you see behind the Batmobile the Doomsday Machine that Mark printed?
No.
Just
Where
slide
is
that over for a second. Yeah.
Oh,
look at
that. I thought that was a Godzilla tail.
It could be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he printed that and hand painted it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Now,
actually
Claude-
looks like some
Claude-
piece of meat you tore off of some
Claude,
poor animal.
Claude, you had a perfect opportunity. You could have said, "Don't you think I know that?"
I can't. Not anymore.
Yeah, there's probably not a lot of people that do William Wyndham impressions.
I saw Norman Spinrad at a convention years ago, and he was apparently they weren't popular enough back then. Him and George R.R. Martin were just sort of sitting on these bleachers with like 10 or 12 of us, and we are just talking to him, and he said something about he wanted to go back and write a Star Trek episode for TNG, and he told him, he said, I've got this story. And basically, what he did was he recycled Star Trek Phase 2 story that he had already done. And the TNG people said, well, we've already got something planned like that. And he goes, well, that's my story. And they said, well, we're going to do it. He goes, well, I'll sue.
Good. Yeah.
Yep. Got to get credit. Yep.
That's why you don't. I like a writer who will stand up for himself. And Harlan Ellison was kind of an asshole. But he didn't just stand up for himself. He stood up for writers, all writers.
Yeah, that's like Neil Adams. I mean, he was kind of, too, but he stood up for Siegel and Schuster.
He said, we were at a convention at Dragon Con, I think, and he was talking about, I said, any writers you like to work with? He goes, well, I got a call from Harlan Ellison at 2 o'clock in the morning one time. So I live in New York. He lives in California. He didn't know what time it was. And he calls. He says to Neil Adams, said, hey, we really should work together. I've got this idea, and I think we'd work well together because you're an asshole. I'm an asshole. And so Neil's like half asleep going, not an asshole, Harlan. Turns out he kind of was.
Should we put that one to a vote?
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, I've met him both times. I've met him when he was on his medication and when he was off of it. He's really sweet guy when he's on his medication.
Yeah,
and when he was off it, you just want to smack him.
He was.
Was this Neil or who was this?
Neil.
Yeah, Neil.
He was.
I never met Harlan Ellison.
Harlan was nice to me, and he was nice to Claude.
Yeah, I had my son. Yeah, I had my son take a picture with one of those Walmart cameras, the disposable kind, and it was the last one on the reel. And I'm just sitting there next to Harlan Ellison, and we're both looking at the camera. And then the film develops, and the very last picture is me and him. And for some reason, my side is like boiling with. It looked like Harlan's rage had gone into the film. It was yellow and red, and I even put it on one of his. He had a fan page one time, and I said, "Here's a picture of Harlan Ellison dreaming of killing me." And my son knew that he had something to do with Babylon 5. He was like the story consultant, and I said, "Come on over here, get your picture taken with Harlan Ellison." He just said, "No." And Harlan Ellison challenged him to an arm wrestling match, and he still didn't want to do it.
Absolutely, GF. I loved him on Sci-Fi Buzz. Harlan Ellison.
Oh yeah.
That segment was Harlan Ellison is watching. I always watch that. Never missed
it. If you can find it, I think it's on Prime. Look for Dreams with Sharp Teeth, the Harlan Ellison documentary. Yeah. It's not really eye-opening. It's more like it's like confirming stuff that you probably already knew.
Yeah, it was great. It was didn't take no shit. I take no shit.
Yeah.
Take some shit. Not too much now. Not too much now though. We're paraphrasing a great movie. Start crazy. So that's that background on there is weird. Now again, that's a pretty cool motorcycle. I guess it didn't really look like a bat cycle should, but it's Bruce Wayne's bike, right?
All the McFarlane toys
This
have
is-
cards in them with the toys and the figures on them.
Cool. You have two of this one?
Well, these are the two versions. So this was Batman's bike in the film, and I guess they have
And the other
extra
one's
hand.
Bruce.
So this is pretty damn nice. I mean, this bike is, God, this
Oh,
is
it's
a great
cool,
toy.
yeah, I mean,
God, this is
It looks
awesome.
like what I would call a bat cycle or anything, but it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
It's
right.
a little
so
baddish.
steers.
I guess there's no
Little
feel of
batty.
batness about it.
It looks
Well, it's
better
more
than that
urban.
big bat wheel that they had in like Dark Knight
With that
Returns,
tumbler
Yeah.
bat wheel thing that
Dark Knight Rises.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense to
And
if
Dark-
Batman's
Dark Knight.
just starting out, and
Yeah.
he's got this motorcycle. You got your stand here. Let me get the camera a bit lined on it a little bit better here. But no, that's damn. That's
I am
damn
giving
nice.
a name to my pain, and it is Batman.
I mean, I'm a huge motorcycle fan, so
This
when I
town
saw
needs
this in
an
a
enema.
movie, I was like, "Damn, this is." I got to buy one of those spinny. I got a
You got
Yeah,
one,
one
don't
of those-
you? That's right there.
Yeah, but I got to get one of those fancy
Bigger
dancy
ones.
ones with a
Yeah,
battery.
it's like a glass with a motorized bottom where it just
Ace.
turns it around for display.
Hey, Ace.
Ace
Yep.
Cast Iron, what's up,
Hey,
bro?
Ace.
Good to
Good
see you,
to
man.
sir.
But this is damn nice. This is sweet.
It is pretty nice. I mean,
It looks heavy. Is it all plastic or is it metal as well?
It's all plastic, but it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's nice details like where the exhaust pipes have that carbon,
Yeah.
black on it stuff.
pretty cool.
yeah, for a mass-produced toy.
Yeah.
Would you get the new Batmobile? I mean, I've seen it at Walmart.
It's
But
pretty
it
cool actually in the movie. I mean,
It's
it doesn't
a cool
look.
car, but yeah, again, is it Batmanish? I mean,
Yeah, it's not. When I first saw
It's
it,
a
but
Mustang,
that's
right?
No, it's a.
I guess it just
can't
looks
remember-
like one. What is it?
Yeah.
It's not a Mustang, but it's gonna. That was what I first thought of.
Yeah, the thing that I loved about it in the movie was just the roar of the engine, and I saw it in the Dolby Digital theater where your seats are rocking, and I mean it's a fun, it's fun popcorn stuff.
Yeah.
And at first I didn't think it looked like a Batmobile, but I just love that scene so much, and the way the car jumps and then Batman just walks out.
Hot
towards,
Wheels has a bunch of Batmobiles, and they're the 94 cent variety. They just throw them in a box with other Hot Wheels cars, and you got to dig through them. And by you, I mean me.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a.
Is that your preferred pronoun?
Yeah,
Yes.
my pronoun is me.
Yeah, me.
I did something on Twitter one time. It said my personal pronouns are F and U.
Beep, bop,
That
boop.
must have gotten you banned for a while.
Okay.
Oh,
They
he's
won't
the-
ban
How
me.
many
That's-
times? How
I
many
have
times have you been in
tried.
Facebook jail?
Oh, too many. I got a friend on there named Tim Jansen who it's like his claim to fame because he had like 3 different aliases, and every time Tim Jansen gets thrown in jail, Mark Jansen starts
Appears.
posting stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. I wonder how that works. Yeah.
But you're
it,
leaving
does.
Facebook.
It works for him.
Aren't you leaving Facebook next week?
Yeah, Friday is my last day, and I'm kind of making a big deal out of it because, when somebody goes, "Hey, I'm leaving this thing because you guys are mean," and they go, "Well, bye." I've already gotten that from one guy, but I'm just like, I've been on there since 2009 and met a lot of people that I'm never going to actually meet in real life, and the friends that are on there are people that I know anyway, and Facebook has gotten more and more authoritarian over the years. And if you say
Yeah.
one word that somebody takes offense at, you get thrown in Facebook jail. And my longest was like 30 days. And I found out it didn't really affect
I didn't
me
need it.
that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never wanted to get on it, but a former girlfriend from Mexico sent me an invite, and I thought, well, okay, this is a much cheaper way than, calling
it's,
her.
it's useful.
Is this a real girlfriend,
To me,
Steve?
it's all-
Or
No, this is you guys never met Ingrid. No, she was the reason that I learned Spanish.
Hmm.
I met 3 of them. I think one of them I liked, and I remember that one crazy girl.
There was not one of my girlfriends. That was a Klobby setup.
Oh,
Her
really?
He keeps blaming me for what was her name?
Jan.
Jan. Yeah.
That's my fault somehow.
Jan
Dude,
from
it was
Brady
totally
Bunch?
your fault. You invented. You had introduced us.
Well, that's not my. I mean,
I mean,
introducing to somebody doesn't.
You meant. Well,
Hey, I introduced you to Claude. Did you guys date?
Not
well, briefly.
much.
I mean,
Oh, he sat. No, you did. You sat next to me in a Batman movie.
Oh, there you go.
And the theater you used to work
just
at with
didn't
your
work out,
Batman
right?
outfit on. Get this now. You didn't know this. You're sitting there next to me with your Batman outfit on. You said something. This thing is kind of tight. I'm going to go change. So you get up. Steve gets up and he walks out. And a lady leans down to me like we're buddies or something. I'd never seen her before in my life. She leans in. Does he really think he's Batman? I said, well, he used to. He's much better now. Now he only thinks he's Bruce Wayne.
So you did get a date with her?
Steve, was that Batman Returns or was that Batman? I can't remember now.
That was Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. He had that freaking
I'm
costume
Batman.
that he made.
He had a
And
great costume,
I'm in awe of these people who can make these costumes. Like the movie comes out day 2, Steve has a costume.
Homemade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really
Oh,
good.
you know, you bought the
The
hats from
cowl,
Spencer's, right?
the cowl, and the gloves I bought. Everything else I made. I made the muscles out of liquid rubber,
Yeah.
and I laid on the floor with garbage
Wait.
bags across.
Yeah,
my
you
chest.
molded them on your own muscles. So
Well,
Wow.
the thing is, I had a beard at the time, and so I'm laying on my ground, and I keep looking to see if it's dried, not realizing that my beard is touching and getting entangled with the liquid rubber. And so I stand up, take the thing off, and it's hanging on my chin. So I had to cut it loose. I had to cut I was going to cut off the beard anyway, but
You still have even pictures of that costume?
yeah, I do.
Oh, cool.
do you still have the cowl?
No, it finally just dry
It was
rotted.
rubber, and it looked like it would have been very uncomfortable, especially when it was warm.
Extremely hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just dripping sweat.
That's what the girls were telling me about you when they saw you walking around. It's extremely hot.
He needs no introduction.
Well,
So we'll introduce him.
Hello, YouTube.
The Crusading Relief Comic, the guy.
I love you too,
CRC.
Klobby.
Hey,
How you doing?
Not too shabby. Happy birthday, Mr. Man.
Oh, thank you. Yep.
only
It's
2
birthday
weeks late,
month.
but
Yep.
yeah.
No,
Well, yeah,
no,
but I
no.
mean, now that he got
Thank
his
you for that
present, I can say it again.
Yep. I never turned down any birthday presents. That's the
Well, yeah,
important safety tip,
particularly when it's free. So
right? When it's free.
I think there's a rumor that birthday presents are almost always free, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I don't
Unless
know.
you're at a Kardashian birthday
and-
party.
In your
Unless
family,
you're,
in your family,
married, then
maybe.
there's a certain amount of guilt, I guess.
Hey, my birthday is on tax day, so I've always had to buy my own
Oh,
presents.
my
It's
God.
like,
You too?
oh, really? You as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
I sometimes have to even buy my own Christmas present.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it, especially if people go, "That's too expensive," and you go, "Well, it's just an action figure." Yeah, I don't know about spending $25 on a toy. Well, you're not my friend anymore.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Who are you, my mom?
That puts me in dire straits. I don't have any. Except
Oh,
the ones I was given by Warner
We're-
Bros. When I was,
We're
working.
brothers in arms then if you're in dire straits.
Well,
Oh, good, nice. That was
that was made
The
awkward.
Bravo.
timing sucked. I
No,
should
that
have
was-
just blurted
Dude,
it, but
that was. For anybody who doesn't know, that was the title of one of their albums.
yeah.
That was Brothers in Arms.
Brothers in
That was the
Arms,
big
yeah.
one, right? With money
for nothing and chicks for
Right.
free.
Yeah. Walk
Don't
of
say the
Life.
other word.
That little with
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
Earring
don't
and
say that.
makeup.
Yeah, I'll be off at the tubes.
Yeah,
I don't want to get my tubes tied.
They've been
See,
canceled because of that, and they're
this
trying
is-
to.
This reminds me of something. When Mike had his Blog Talk radio show, I said, "Hey, I think I can get Billy Vera, and you're going to interview him." He goes, "Yeah, okay. Try to get him because he was going to talk to him about Buckaroo Banzai or something." So
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 minutes before the show, I said, "Hey, you got questions ready for Billy Vera?" He goes, "I don't know anything about him." I said, "What?"
Oh
I
God.
don't know. I said, "I don't know anything about music."
What did you think he would do at this moment?
There's Steve. We're playing tennis with words and song titles.
God.
Oh,
But
John
I-
Davies' birthday was yesterday. John Davy from Shazam, the second.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Oh, cool.
I thought he died years ago, but
No, he's very much alive.
his son jumped in on a conversation that I was having with other people. Like I just said, I never liked Jackson Bostwick. He looked too pretty, and I said John Davy looked better as Captain Marvel, as close as you're going to get from a human being. And other people, I never liked John Davy. He's too fat. And then John Davy's son chimed in and goes, "My dad is all muscle. If you don't believe me, watch that episode of Black Sheep Squadron that he was on." And he was like, "Yeah, yeah."
He definitely got more in shape. If you look at the last episode,
Yeah.
he got better in shape as the thing went by.
Wasn't he originally a stuntman?
No, he was a boxer, and he was Joe Frazier's sparring partner.
Yeah.
The dude is 6'4".
Yeah,
so
go in there and tell him he's fat now.
Oh, well, he was also a Marine.
Yeah.
Or I say was. For Marines, to say he is a Marine because they never say was. But
Well, I'll say that about my nephew.
And I'll tell you
he's a
what,
former Marine. He's permanently a dick. So.
Well, I remember you and some other people told me that you met Jackson Bostwick, and not to trash the guy, but that he was less than cordial.
He was a dick.
John is the greatest guy you will ever meet. He let me geek out and talk to him forever, and we've maintained a friendship.
I would love to talk to that guy. I would love to see him at a convention.
He also Michael Gray, who played Billy Batson, who's surprisingly short, but super nice guy. These guys really treat their fans with respect.
He's a florist who owns his own
He
business.
was. Yeah, he retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he and John
let me tell you a little quickie about Jackson Bostwick. Not that I'm going to dwell on him. Anyway, met him. He was a dick to me at Dragon Con, and then Julie Schwartz went over to see him. Julie Schwartz walked around these things with a big cup of water, and he's at Jackson Bostwick's table, and he leans over to look at the pictures. And I didn't see him do it. I saw the aftermath. There's my buddy Scott Ennis, who did the voice of Scooby-Doo, is pulling out these T-shirts, and Jackson Bostwick is tapping down his table. And I said, "What happened?" He said, "Some old fart came by and dumped water all over his pictures." And I went and found out it was Julie Schwartz. I think he might have been on purpose.
Wow.
But also, he came to the Dukes of Hazzard festival they had here a few years ago. Scott calls him up, says, "What kind of appearance fee do you need?" And he goes, "Well, I'm just going to bring pictures to autograph." He said, "Just pay me $100." Like, he's probably happy to get it.
Probably.
I spoke to someone who said that they took a copy of that giant size, Shazam, golden, whatever it was called, collectible. You guys know what I'm talking about. That had Jackson Bostwick on the cover.
Yeah.
And he took it to him to sign, and he said that he wouldn't sign it. That you had to buy the one that he had. Yeah,
$300.
It was charging, a couple $100.
Yeah.
And I actually liked Jackson Bostwick more in the beginning. And then I was talking to my brother one day, and he said, Jackson Bostwick plays Captain Marvel kind of like a cop. And he said, John Davy, he didn't say John Davy, he said the other guy. He said, the other guy plays him kind of like your uncle, who's like, you can go to him when you're in trouble, and, he'll let you off easy. And I was like,
and I don't know, but he seemed to be a better actor. Jackson Bostwick was a stuntman, and he'll tell you he was on Star Trek, but he was like one of those tall aliens with a big old poopy costume on. But
I have to say, I think John was a better actor too. I thought he was more subtle and more range of emotions.
I did a caricature for him at Dragon Con. I couldn't wait to go see him. There's very few pictures online of him, so I used this one, and I thought it came out all right. And I handed it to him. He goes, "What the hell? That doesn't even look like me." And I figured, I don't want to explain to him what a caricature
is, right? Yeah.
So I just, pulled away and thanks, and I tore the thing in half in front of him and threw it in the trash.
Wow.
Fucker.
You know who else is a complete and utter knob to meet? This is why you should never meet your idols, right? Anthony Daniels.
Really?
Oh, I've heard.
Really. At a few years ago, because I'm up here in Alberta near Calgary, and we got the Calgary Entertainment and Comic Con. Well, one year, I think about maybe 3 years ago, before the COVID, Anthony Daniels was there. And, wife and I and, a couple of the kids were walking around, and nobody, he was sitting there with his handler or, whatever you want to call him. And nobody was in. Well, yeah, nobody was in the line, right? It was like absolutely bare. I'm like, huh, that's Anthony Daniels. My wife's like, why didn't you go up to him? Talk to him. Nobody's in line, right? I'm like, yeah, sure. Because you figure this is a character that you've enjoyed ever since childhood, right? Like I was 5 years old when I saw Star Wars in the movie theaters back in '77, and you grow up, you grow up with this icon, So I'd go up to him. It's like, oh, hello, Mr. Daniels. Really glad to meet you. I've always enjoyed 3PO as in Star Wars. Are you and are you going to be in the new trilogy coming up? Because at the time, maybe this was more than 3 years ago. Yeah, this was more than 3 years ago before the new trilogy came out. And anyway, like his head was down, kind of like looking at the table, and that look when they kind of like look up at you, but they don't really tilt their head upwards to look at you. It's kind of like that creepy,
beneath
like
them,
peering.
Through their eyebrows. It's like
you want a cute girl.
Yeah, like why are you talking to me, peon? That kind of look, and it made me feel so small. And the
Were
only
you
thing
supposed to pay to meet her, or this was just the?
I don't know, because there was no price or anything like that.
No, yeah,
right.
Sometimes or you can talk to the guy if you want something signed.
Well, yeah,
obviously, pay. Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, right? But it's like, I you know what? I even forget what he answered to my question. And you don't know what to say next because it looks like he's totally degrading you with his look, and it's like, well, thank you for your time, and I just left. And my wife, who was standing out in the aisle, she was like, wow, did that just happen?
You should have sent her over there to say, you know what? That man has loved you for years. You broke his heart. I hope you're happy. And then turn around and walk away.
Yeah. But you know what?
I'd have said, is Kenny Baker here?
Kenny Baker was nice.
Yeah.
Kenny Baker was a really nice guy.
But you know what? Adam Baldwin, that was in shows like, like Independence Day and Chuck and stuff like that.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He is a good dude. Like he took a picture with me and my kids, and my wife took the picture. And my youngest one at the time was she was thirsty, and he gave her like one of his water bottles, and I still got it actually to this day. And every once in a while, he'll remember us, and is like, oh yeah, hey, how's your daughter? Right, spot on, grade A guy.
Yeah, he talked to my son because my son had come back to live with me after a divorce, and we'd been apart for 7 years, and the thing we bonded over was Firefly. So I'm standing there telling my son, this is Adam Baldwin, he's been in this and this and this, and it was our turn to get a picture taken. So I got his autograph on a group picture of the Firefly crew cast. And then Sean is like, he's like so nervous with all these people, and he knew Jane, and he goes up to him, and he comes he leans over the table to take a picture with him, and he says to him, he said, hey, look, everything gets better. He said, I'm also the child of divorce. I'm just here to tell you everything's going to turn out all right for you.
Nice.
So I took that picture and I got it blown up. Now, you guys may have heard about this little hurricane that's only been mentioned like 90 million times down here. Called Katrina. I believe it was called. Was it Katrina or was it Melvin?
Pretty sure.
It was one of them. So after Hurricane Melvin, I went back the next year. I went with Clobby, and we were, God, it seemed like it took us forever to get there, but we get there. Adam Baldwin is there.
Nice.
So I go over to Adam Baldwin, and there's nothing but women in his line and me. So I'm like in polite guy mode. I'm letting girls go ahead of me. I was like, after about 20 of them went, I said, look, I got to get out of here. And I said, excuse me. He said, what? I said, I just let 20 women get ahead of me in line. And go, all right. So I took the picture that I had blown up, and I got it. I got it signed for my son,
Nice.
and he, he took it to school. Nobody stole it from him or anything, but I said, "Tell him it's your close personal friend out of Baltimore," because he was 14, and
Sweet.
I think the
Nice
other
guy.
kids knew him from other stuff.
Yeah. That is class act
Yeah.
right there. Nice.
Oh, and Jewel
And
State's in
Chuck is a
charge.
great show.
Yeah,
is
Chuck
an
was
awesome show.
Chuck was awesome.
And he's great as the agent on that show.
Yeah.
A slightly conservative agent who loved Reagan.
Slightly?
Oh yeah. Just loves
A
Reagan.
slightly
yeah.
gaping chest wound. Yeah.
What was it? What was his car? The El Camino, or was it
we had
Crown
a Ford
Victoria?
LTD too. Didn't he have a Ford LTD?
I thought it was the Crown Victoria. The Crown Victoria.
Yep.
Mark, you
Yeah.
trying to crack Robert Pattinson's legs open?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Get
get him
him
on
a-
the bike.
Get him that Twilight
Robert.
Girls action figure. Oh, they'll
Sure, he
crack
was
right
made to
up.
ride that bike.
He's supposed to ride the bike.
He's made to pose with the bike.
Wow.
Come
There
on.
you go. He's on a crotch rocket, or wishing he was on a crotch
He
rocket.
doesn't have a crotch.
All
Not
right,
after
Robert.
what I heard what he did on the set before filming. Oh my. So where are you going to hang that poster, Mark?
Oh, in my bedroom. Yeah, the wife will love that.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what I was joking before. Yeah.
We've already decided for him. It's hanging from the ceiling.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so he's supposed to sit on the bike like that. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see if I can get him on the bike. Yep. And I think you pop his head off and put the helmet on instead of the because look at the helmet here.
Oh man, I didn't know that feature
Oh.
existed because I would love to pop Robert Pattinson's head off. You know what you need to do? You need to go find you a Twilight Robert Pattinson. I bet he'll fit on there.
Oh God. Doesn't need headlights on the motorcycle then. He just sparkles away.
Yeah.
Much safer that way. Well, the cool thing about this motorcycle, I think this is a Honda CB450, and I have a couple of these motorcycles. This looks like the, they turn them into cafe racers. So I'm guessing this is a Honda.
Not exactly, but kind of like the Great Escape motorcycle that Steve McQueen rode.
I'm trying to remember that bike.
I don't think the seat was that flat, but I think the handlebars and the gas tank were like that.
That was a German bike.
It was also a little didn't have so much engine to it.
I have that figure.
Yeah.
The big
Yeah, I
figure
know,
from
yeah.
Escape from New York. Escape from
New
that's
York.
me.
Escape
can't
from the
remember
Great-
I do have that too, but
Escape
the
from
Great
Greatness.
Escape. The Great Escape from New York.
Yeah, so this, I meant to say CB750 because the CB750 is before the CB450 is a twin cylinder before any Honda motorcycle people get me. But this looks like a CB750, and they went from K0 to K7. It was built in the.
Did you ever see the one that
70s.
had it was a water cooled engine and it had like the radiator thing in front, like
I think I did.
where those pipes are.
Well,
And it
yeah,
looked like-
that was the back then that was a CB 900. It was a
That was
super
like-
bike in
that was
70.
way too convoluted for me.
Yeah, that was, and then a lot of bikes have liquid cooling now, but back then that was the CB 900. It was 1978 was one of the fastest.
Yeah,
bikes.
the water cool engine is to me is for people who don't ride a whole lot. They like to sit there and talk about their bike. That's a drive-through at McDonald's.
It's nice and quiet. Yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, I don't know how to get Robert on this bike. I have to call him maybe.
Have you tried all of his joints?
Yeah, I'm practicing his joints there. Yes, it's maybe not something to try live on YouTube, right? It could go the wrong way.
No. It'll be like a
Robert,
review.
like Robert Pattinson get a hip fracture on.
Yeah, he broke Mr. Sparkles. I did love these motorcycle scenes in the movie. I mean, they were great. But yeah, the foot pegs here. I mean, come on.
You
what's
think that
going
was
on
all
here?
CG? You think that they had a
Those
rig?
are real
coming-
bikes.
I mean, did you think they had a rig hauling them or running next to them, or was that?
Oh, I mean, normally you're on a platform. You're not riding a bike.
'Cause I saw the picture where he's in the movie. He's got a cape, but in the picture, I guess
the cape is
had been
CG
added
because that
later.
is so freaking dangerous.
Yeah,
Ride a
right.
motorcycle with a cape. I mean, that's a freaking death wish.
Only
Remember what they
Batman
said
can
in
do that.
Incredibles about riding a bike with a cape. So
Oh, Did you
Right.
see that the James
Only
Bond
Batman can do
movie?
that.
James Bond movie with Roger Moore,
Agreed.
where there were motorcycle guys chasing him. I guess it was in the Alps, and they could never figure out how to get him to defeat the motorcycle guy. So Roger Moore, I guess, just out of exasperation, said, "Why don't I just take one of these boards and shove it through his spokes?"
Yep.
And that's what happened. Then the guy flipped head over ass, and
That's a great opening scene.
Talking about in for your eyes only.
For your
yeah,
eyes only.
for your eyes,
Yeah.
for your eyes,
When he
baloney.
parachutes. That's the one where he parachutes, right? With the
Yeah.
British flag
Yeah.
as the shoot. Yeah.
No, the one where he parachutes with the
Or-
British flag. That would be.
Oh, look, he's got a hand on the handlebar.
That's
I got a
right.
hand on the
Yeah.
handlebar.
You're
It's been
almost
years since
there.
I've seen that.
No, they sell. There's another hand in the package. I think I got to switch his hands, which
Oh god.
they give you.
You know
another
what?
Hand.
I'll tell you one thing. Ever since I started rewatching like the old episodes of the Saint, you can see
Yeah.
a lot of Roger Moore's character in the Saint that he brought over
Yeah.
to James Bond.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of that. By the
Oh,
way,
yeah.
Steve says he has to run.
Oh, Steve, but I'm never
Oh.
gonna get
That's how he
Sparkly
keeps in
Batman
shape.
on the motorcycle before you leave.
No, I'm sorry, guys. I got to get going.
What time is it now?
Uh,
Oh, it got
it's,
late early.
it's 9:15 here, but I have a toddler who's gonna wake up early in the morning, and I still gotta cook her food and all that stuff to
All right,
prepare
buddy.
for tomorrow.
Could
So-
she outrun a bunch of bounty
Maybe.
hunters? Because if she can, she's got a great future in Disney Plus TV shows.
Well, she might. I don't know.
Oh, we haven't talked about Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Which
was
I
in
haven't
the,
seen. So have a good night, guys.
Hey,
Good night, Steve. Thank you for being here.
Good night,
Night.
Steve.
Hi ho, Steve
Well-
Marino.
I'll most likely kill you in the morning.
Hey, there
right.
you go. Put Wesley on the motorcycle.
Yeah, see if let me put Dread Pirate Roberts on this.
Yeah.
one.
And it matches too. Black and black.
He matches. Yeah.
There we go. He was made to ride.
I think this bike is bigger, so I think this would be easier to fit. And this is why you like action figures. You don't like statues. I mean, you get
Yeah.
and wait
Yeah.
for it. Wait for it.
Mike can tell you the dangers of having statues sitting high on a shelf.
Yeah,
Matt
Mr.
told him about
Fantastic, right?
No, Human Torch. I'll tell you about that.
A torch, right? Yeah.
The humane touch.
There you go. Princess Buttercup riding back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going off into the sunset. There you go. That's the way it should be.
Looks like the moon set, actually. Oh, there she goes.
Oh,
Hey, Wesley, take me
away from this place. You got it, baby. Let's
All right.
ride.
That should increase ratings for our show, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Bruce Wayne looks like he just hit something and he's about to fly off of his bike. That backpack is going to take him about 30 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Catch some air.
Put her with Bruce Wayne. See what happens. Or just take Bruce Wayne off that one and have like Wesley and Buttercup in a race. Cross country.
My bike.
Yeah,
She probably fits better on it than
she looks better.
Sparkly Batman.
Well, chicks and bikes. Sure.
Careful.
Well, when I planned this show tonight, I didn't think I'd be posing these guys on these motorcycles.
Wow.
Would you call it inconceivable?
I think we call that inconceivable, yeah.
But at least Bruce Wayne is where he belongs. Give him the sword.
Yeah.
Give him the sword. Let's see if he can hold he can actually probably hold the sword.
Can
better
you
than-
hold anything, Bruce? Can't hold on to your motorcycle. And Wesley found out how to hold on to his girlfriend. The family that rides together still rides together.
You meet the nicest people on a Honda.
Yeah. And then they sideswipe your car.
Yeah.
this sword is tough to get into anything. Come on.
That's what she said.
Oh, we got it. I will kill you and most likely kill you in the morning.
Yeah.
I think I like Buttercup riding here.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could get
They have
the
true
YouTube,
love, so they
the
should be
YouTube
together.
algorithm by making that quote. By the way,
Too bad that Winnie the Pooh doesn't come off. Like, oh, bother, I'm on a motorcycle.
Now all you need is Andre the Giant to clothesline Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Or you can just stand in front of the bike and let it
Exactly.
bounce off of him.
Yeah, I got you now.
Like,
I got you now, Buttercup. Yeah.
Lifts it up over his head, ready to like slam him onto the ground.
I didn't have to, miss.
Yes, take that, Bruce Wayne.
Oh, well, those motorcycles are pretty sweet, I have to say. Those are great.
I
and
think
if
the
you know, if
Doomsday
you
Machine can catch him.
and if you're if you're making, if you're using them for, other purposes like the Andy Masterson has all those like scenes set up. That's.
I want to ask Mark D another intrusive question. When you're going around looking for these toys and you see those marble bendy figures that look like they have no joints, but they're kind of still connected, do you
Like
look at them and just kind of turn your nose up and walk away?
I own Wolverine and I own Nightcrawler.
I saw a Mysterio, and you haven't seen Ridiculous until you've seen one of those Mysterios.
Benji Mysterio.
Yeah.
I actually have I have him at work on the shelf. Bendy. I think a lot of this stuff I get as presents from people too, so I can't remember if I actually shelled out the money for those or if someone gave them as a present. And if it's always fun to if it's something silly, I say, oh, I got that as a present. Yep. Probably I did. But, oh, and here's if you haven't seen this, Claude, this is my Orville I've been 3D printing.
Yeah, I did see it.
Ooh.
I was telling Mike I saw one an Eagle Moss Orville at the comic shop, and the day I decided to get it, I go in and I said, "Hey, where's the Orville?" Somebody came in and bought it. It's like, what?
Oh.
You had one. Eagle Moss makes some really good figures too.
That's
And
pretty sharp.
It was all in color. It had all the decals and stuff, and it had a clear plastic stand to hold it up.
Oh yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, definitely looks nice. Yeah, but the decals are really tough. When you do 3D printing, you got to get the. Let's see. How do I get this to?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, you can flip that around. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could do that on StreamYard. That's the one thing about this. I might make a few of them and just paint them silver for fun or gray. Like you remember you had the old Star Trek kits, the 3 ships together, and I would take those and I just spray paint them like chrome.
Yeah, I thought
it would look kind of cool.
I thought about taking that crappy Enterprise that was so flimsy. I was telling you about a while ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Jill.
If I could put it together,
Hey, Jill.
Jill.
Anti-derivative Jill at that, and just paint it gold, like in
and Picard, the Ready Room. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, doing silver or gold. But I think the Orville would look. I think this ship would look better if I did. Like you had a chrome version. I was thinking of that too, but. I'm gonna try to paint this one, but I got to print some decals with a name. I found the font, for the ship. Someone actually posted. It's a combination of 2 different fonts. Yeah. I'll make a couple of decals on the side, but the problem with the Orville is just there's so many GD lines and different colored sections that I might do like a simplified version on this one.
Yeah, I did I did a Galactica model, the original Galactica model, put it together, and I screwed up the sticker that said Galactica.
Oh,
so
no.
I got a real fine point opaque paint marker from Walmart, and I went in there. I was like, Nobody's going to see this. So I
Except
did it.
you.
And, yeah, it turned out pretty good for what it was. And I did like a little kind of airbrush spray dirt all over it, just minimally, because I'm minimalist.
Make it a little dirty, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what you want, yeah.
Because you don't want like a 200-year-old
Too
spaceship
glossy.
to be beautiful.
Yeah, like the I was looking at the model of Blake 7 ship, the Liberator. Thank you, brain lock. And like,
Nice.
it was kind of, the model was kind of dirtied up actually a little bit on the Liberator. Of course, there's no really good shots of the Liberator. I mean, HD or high res. I was trying to find some, and I found some actual model. Like someone actually bought the model a few years ago.
Some guy did remaster a couple of episodes though.
Yeah. So it'll be fun to see. But you want to make that model kit a little bit dirty too. If you have it too shiny or too perfect, it just doesn't look good.
The Blake 7 group has people who do models all the time of their the guns, and some guy did this big freaking, and he's holding it up, big Liberator, and I don't know if it was 3D printed or if it was something that he cobbled together, but it looked really awesome and it looked very accurate.
Yeah, they did do a couple of kits that were very limited run, or what do you call them?
You look them up. And
the Liberty.
Yeah, limited edition kind of thing.
Yeah,
very expensive now.
Yep, really tough to.
Some guy made an ORAC once, some kind of ORAC. It was full. It was like the right size, the right size from the show.
We know. I don't know what yours looks like, but my friend Dave, who lives down the road, has the 2 3D printers, and they kind of look like ORAC.
Yeah, they're big suckers. Yeah. So I just actually printed another front end of the Liberator, not the Liberator, the Orville. Let's see
some little ships on Blake 7 were built to look like just one of the, I don't know what you call them, one of the nacelles on the Liberator, and they were actually ships that would fly around and zap you.
Yeah, that was the system. Those were the smaller versions of the Liberator.
Cartoon lines would jump out of them.
It was only ever in the episode Redemption.
Yeah, and then the other thing was the Liberator, I've read too, is going the wrong direction on the show.
Yeah.
They designed it to go the other direction. Yeah,
that's true.
The engine's going the other way, and I could see that too. Yeah, where the green part would be the front part. So here's my second Orville that I just printed, and so here's the controller for the 3D printer, so you can control it remotely.
You're gonna try a shuttle or a pterodon?
Well, yeah, you can do pretty much anything you want in this thing. So let me lower this down so you can make this full screen. But see that's the gear. See the gear going right there.
Yeah,
on the 3D printer as I go.
And how long did the last Orville take you to print?
Well, this one took 8.5 hours for the front half, and the back half is about 8 to 10 hours too.
Good grief.
So
and you can just, I guess, walk away from that and let it.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on it for safety. Let's see.
It get really hot and
well, it's like a hot iron that's melting the plastic. So here's the Orville printing.
Wow.
And this is the
nice.
Like I might start selling these on
you should. Etsy, you really should. Somebody back when we started to get into that Firefly fandom, somebody printed a Firefly, a Serenity. And of course, it was big, and that was how I found out they were done in layers and things like.
Yeah, this is one layer at a time going through. That's why it takes so much time. So
have you seen those houses that people 3D print?
Yeah. They got these massive 3D printers. I mean, it's the replicator of the future. I mean, when you, it's 50 years from being really, super practical. I mean, there's some high end printers now that can do metal, and they cost
and concrete
money.
But no chicken soup and coffee yet.
This is cool when it's going like this, when it's all level. So and but of course this kind of tech, my printer's maybe $400 or $500. It's a Sidewinder X1.
You can see it growing. My God.
Yeah. And but this printer would have been like $4,000 10 years ago. So the tech keeps getting cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah.
The one I recommend is a Prusa Mini if you just want to start out with 3D printing. It's a great starter printer. Joseph Prusa. Let's see. Where's the back half here? Let's show that one printing. Oh, that one didn't work. That's the end of the back half. Let's see.
Have you seen the way it looks? Somebody did like a color version of it where you hold it the other way than what it is right there, and it looks like a really mean pope or cardinal.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So here's like the Batmobile that I printed for Pinewood Derby. So you can do this for scouts. I think it was this one that this one failed. This one
I think I'll just go buy my Batmobile.
Yeah, or you could just make them, or I get Steve Mitchum's model and 3D print it. Yep.
I'm serious. You guys really ought to try something like that.
Yeah. But I should sell those Orville's on Etsy, I think, and I could also sell them just primed and glued together, I guess. And
if you get an order from a guy named P. Griffin, don't send him one because
don't send him one. Yeah.
That's McFarlane.
That's McFarlane, yeah. Peter Griffin, yeah. So those are you can print all kinds of things. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah,
so I've been looking at wanting to get one for years, but I've never pulled the trigger on getting one yet.
Oh, I highly recommend you. I'm always good at getting people to spend their money. So
I appreciate that.
And here's your poster what you sent me. So that's awesome. So I had this is the it's pinned to the top. Anyone who wants to purchase any of these posters, here's the link. But that's very cool. So where's Soundwave on it? Do you have Soundwave on here?
Oh yeah, he's after Skywarp. If you go, you see right in the middle there's Jetfire, and then you got the Decepticons. So you got Megatron, Shockwave, Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker, and then Soundwave is after him with his cassettes to your right. Keep going right. Do right there. So after Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker, there you got Soundwave and the tapes. Laserbeak and Buzzsaw, Rumble and Frenzy and Ravage. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a lot of work, years of research, and I got most of the production scale charts from the original show through Hasbro, because back in 2001, I did a prototype collectible card game for Hasbro. Well, I pitched it to Hasbro, and I had a contact at Hasbro. Josh Izzo was his name, and I got a lot of material from him, and most of it included the original animation production scale charts. So
because they have to have that for the animation, right? How big each figure is, right? You want to be consistent between,
And there was a lot of kind of missing gaps here and there for certain bots and whatnot, and so I had it in digital form, so I always had it on my computer. So a few years ago, about 4 years ago, when I got back into collecting figures all over again, I used to have like the original figures, from the 80s. Nice. But these masterpiece style figures started coming out like back about maybe almost 20 years ago. And so I promised my wife, okay, I'm going to keep it to one scale, and that's masterpiece scale, which is obviously at the time the biggest scale that there was. So, that's what I wanted to do.
Famous last words.
Exactly. Well, she didn't know, right? But it's like, now I'm kind of regretting it, because now I want to finish everything, that's from the original cartoon plus the Japanese series on top of that, right?
Yep.
So a few years ago, everybody was complaining because there's a lot of third-party companies that are coming out with their own, quote-unquote masterpiece scaled Transformers. And so a lot of the fans in the community, and there are thousands of...
So what's masterpiece scale for those of us who aren't super duper
Masterpiece
Transformers collectors.
Okay, masterpiece scale would be how should I put it? Let's take Optimus Prime for example. Okay,
Yep.
masterpiece scale would be, let's say, about 12 inches. He'd be like a 12-inch figure, right? 1
Okay.
foot high, for example. So, and everything that
Would be
scales up
relative
to
to him, right?
exactly, right? So there was a lot of
Yeah,
arguments
Bumblebee
going
would
on.
be much smaller, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? So there was a lot of arguments going on in the Transformer community. It doesn't matter what group you were in on Facebook and stuff like that, where people were arguing back and forth. Okay, is this figure to scale? Is that figure to scale? So
Yeah.
nobody really knew except me and maybe a couple of others. And so what I did is I made this, and first it came out in black and white. But then, somebody commented, "Man, this would look really cool in color," and I'm like, "Oh God, really?"
Oh, so you had it.
So obviously,
You
I
had to
did
go
it in
back
color.
and color it. It wasn't done in color, and then you
No, it was never done in
printed
color.
in black
no.
and white. Oh, okay, yeah. So you
Yeah.
go back and
So I thought, okay, well then you know what? To end the argument once and for all, I'm going to produce a scale chart, and I'm going to make it poster sized. And I'll sell it so the arguing and the fighting, and so everybody can refine their collection a little bit better, can go buy this, right? And so that's what I did. And now I have sold these literally worldwide. I have sold these to third-party companies over in like multiple places in Asia, like Fans Hobbies and X Transbots and Fans Toys, and a lot of the big third-party companies. And right now I'm trying to pitch to Hasbro, because you can actually, if you have an idea for Hasbro that includes their licensing, their products. I think Hot Toys and maybe a couple of others are, one of the very few licensees from Hasbro that actually puts out independent stuff. That's not from Hasbro.
Not from Hasbro stuff.
Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to do the same thing. It's like, hey, this is like ages of research going into this. And so I haven't done just, G1, Generation 1, like the Marvel stuff. I did all the Japanese continuity that comes after this. And then there was like Beast Wars and Beast Wars 2, Beast Wars Neo in Japan, and then, all the other series that came on after that. So
how does it work like a poster like this? I mean, you're obviously selling them. I'm glad you are, because it's all your hard work in there. But if it's got the Hasbro logo on it, do you have to put something on there like they don't go after you because it's a limited quantity? Or
because like on the bottom work? it's just hey, it's just a chart. It's because the fandom knows it's unofficial, right? Because it doesn't have the Hasbro logo stamped on there. Because if it was, then I'd be in big trouble, right? Because if I say it's licensed by Hasbro,
this is just the fan. Yeah, it's just the fan.
Yeah,
the fan thing. Yeah,
exactly. But it's like super accurate. And I ended up getting a contact in Japan, because that's where the episodes were mainly produced.
Yeah,
that had a few missing pieces of the puzzle that I needed.
Oh, nice. Oh,
and
help you out.
Yeah, so I only found out that maybe on some of the characters I was off by 1 to 3%. That was
margin of error.
That was my margin of error was pretty damn good. So, yeah.
Very cool. Yep. So you sell a bunch of these then? It's for a bunch of years, or?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
You just
have you seen the ones at flea markets? Actually, they're like basically on a card with the blister pack, and it says something like Megaformers, and it's obviously a rip off of Transformers. They'll have like 3 or 4 of them in a pack. And I think they don't transform so much as just sit there.
Right.
And the colors are always wrong. We don't want to be sued.
Oh, you can't, yeah. Well, Plaid Stallions has got a book out, if anyone knows his channel. Plaid Stallions, or I think he's on a lot with Retro Boss. I think he's one of the Iconicon panelists, or and he's got some great. Right? Yeah. If I'm saying it, and he's got a great, and he's got a book coming out on knockoff toys. You know, all
I know,
the
it's so fun, isn't it?
yeah, all
Finding
the
these
fun.
knockoff toys. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. He just had
Yeah.
a video. I was just watching one of his videos today or yesterday on something that it was on Mego or Mego figures, or he's got some great content on his channel, and he was talking about them, those crazy knockoff toys
That's what I do every once in a while for my daughter, right? I'll if I happen to be in a dollar store, I'll go back where like the cheap knockoff toys are in the back, and I'll grab her one, right? And she like I did that with one cheap ass knockoff Transformer toy, and it was a pterodactyl of some sort. And she looked at it, it's like, it's so ugly. I love it.
It's so bad. I love it. Yeah.
Oh man, it's just great.
Yeah, go to these flea markets or Dollar General and look for stuff like the Justice Avengers and Super Thor, and you can't really copyright the name Thor.
Right?
What is it? Insect Man, Spider-Man.
Insect Man.
He's not an insect, but whatever. We're not going to get sued.
No. But yeah. Here it is. Yeah, so there's the first one that I made, the Generation 1, and then beside it, that's the Japanese series. And then Beast Wars, and there's a reason why Prime is in there for scale, because if you've ever seen the mainframe one, he actually makes an appearance. So, and then the rest of the other ones there. So Transformers Animated and car robots and
it's quite a few. Yeah.
Oh,
a lot of work. Yeah.
God, I hate those Bayformers. but yeah, later on down the list is some of the box art that I've done for one of the third-party companies, X Transbots, like that one.
Nice. Yeah.
And when you do third party, you can't actually use the figure's actual name, so you have to come up with a name.
Yeah.
And so the one on the right here with Streetwise, the Protectobot Streetwise, we had to rename Fuzz because obviously he's a police car, right? So what you're going to call him, right?
Fuzz. Yeah.
So Fuzz.
Right.
Very topical. X Transbots.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, right. So that was the one that I drew, and I had it colored. I had somebody assist me on the colors, and but yeah, that's my artwork right there, and
nice, yeah.
And then the ones coming on after that are the Quintessons. So I have one Quintesson actually here, and so this is my other box artwork. Of another 3-pack that's coming out later on. So, and they light up and they talk and they have a little remote control, so it's like pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and so these ones here, they're coming out probably next month, and that Dr. Egg is the one that's out now, that you can buy at like Big Bad Toy Store or something like that.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
And that's just from a reviewer that gave me my first interview online last year on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of wanted me to tell me my life story, how I got into everything. So it's like, you know what? Okay, I'll do you a solid, and I'll sell what he made here as his poster. Of a particular figure. So, it's like one turn.
That's like his favorite figure, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So
must be.
So these are all the iterations of all the third-party companies.
And does that say Marvel Production? MP is Marvel Productions. Yep.
Marvel Productions. Yep.
I thought that's what it looked like the logo. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
I thought this said bad lube here that's bad for a Transformer.
Yeah. Bad cube, yeah. So bad lube.
Bad lube. Like you don't want to run out of oil, Tin Man, right? Yep.
God no.
And then here's your shirts. Yep.
Yeah. So now I'm doing T-shirts. So I figure gonna get a jump on things, and no, I'm not in the thousands yet, but come up with something now. Why not?
Merch.
Get in there. Yep. So here's your link in the chat.
Gotta have merch.
Gotta have merch. Yep. So everyone sub if you haven't subbed already.
That's right.
On a helpful hint, if
You
you're
have-
going to be telling
you can have a
your
triple
life
X, though.
story, you should always start with rocketed to Earth as an infant.
Yes, exactly. I should have done that. Yeah. I was born at a very early age.
And grew up in Kansas. Yep.
I met my parents in a hospital.
That's right. Curiously enough, I just happened to be at the same place they were.
I had a cough, and they were there too. They had an extra room that was painted pink, but I dealt with it.
Yeah, I got past that. But
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, it was much. You don't have to do that much. Much appreciated. So
nah, it's all good. I mean, you give me a space on your Discord, and you know what? It's the least that I can do. It's your birthday, and I just might as well send you something fun.
yeah, thank you. Yep. My wife's like, "What are you getting today?" You know, she always checks the
Yeah.
packages. I'm like, "These are all gift cards." And my brother-in-law gave me Amazon gift card. He's like, "And don't buy action figures." So I'm going to show him the motorcycle. It's like, your funds went towards that.
I'm sneakier than you. I go to my wife and say, "Look, I was in Walmart the other day in the record department there, and they had a Wolfman. They had a Lon Chaney Wolfman. She knew exactly
Nice.
what I was talking about." I said,
Oh,
"Yeah,
yeah.
but it was like $35." So I just laid it back down. She goes, "Why don't you go get it?" Permission
Shock.
rather than forgiveness. It always
Yeah, but
works.
she's a geek.
Yeah.
He's not married to a geek.
And I'm not married to a geek. No, they're like, this is junk. This is all junk. Yeah,
I know, isn't that weird? It's like, yeah, what kind of crap did you get this time?
yeah.
It's not crap.
Yeah.
Crap.
That's
Yeah.
like
It's my
know what
crap, but I love my crap.
Yeah.
I have an ex-wife. Have you always have an ex-wife? It's the gift that keeps on ticking.
Not
But
yet.
I had all of these Star Trek
Right.
VHS tapes. She
Mhm.
comes in and went, "How can you watch the same crap?" Only she didn't say crap. How can you watch the same crap over and over again? I gave her the answer always good because it's not crap.
Well,
This is
Why do you
awesome.
listen to the same
because we don't
songs
wanna
all the
watch current
time?
crap.
Yep. Well, my wife is. We tease each other, but yeah, it just doesn't. There's a disconnect there. It's like there's
She
some
hasn't
women who are
killed you
definitely
yet.
geeks.
You're okay.
Yeah.
But there's some women who are like, of course they love, stereotyping here, but clothes or different things or jewelry, or it's like
Shoes.
shoes, yeah, like
Yeah, exactly.
I just can't conceive of spending money. I got my boots, I got my sneakers, I got sandals. That's about all I need. But you can't conceive of it. But just it's the way people are wired, I guess. So
Well,
it's like,
Well, like
Why-
with me, it's because when I was a kid, my parents couldn't afford to get me, for example, a transformer that I wanted when I was a
Yeah.
kid, and the first one I wanted was Soundwave, and I wanted the tapes. But my parents at the time were going through a hard time, so what did I do? I made it out of Lego.
nice.
I had a whole bunch of Lego, and whatever I couldn't get as a transformer, I actually built out of Lego. And you know what? I still even have the drawn plans that I made when I was a kid too. And until my father got better pay, and I actually had a few transformers. But
Those
that
Transformers
carries.
were expensive too, if I remember right. They weren't
Yeah,
cheap boys.
some of them, yeah.
Yeah,
If you can
yeah,
still find them in the box, yeah. But but I enjoyed the comics that I got from Marvel. There was like one of the very first comics that I got from Marvel, like the Transformer comics, and you read all these profiles that say Bob Budiansky made and stuff like that, when Jim Shooter's like, hey, Hasbro, I want you to put together a storyline for this, right? But that carries on because you have all these fond memories when you were a kid, and it just carries forward to you're an adult. So it's never crap.
Yeah.
And that's why I hate it when somebody says, like, what do you got? What is all this crap, right? Well, shut up. It's my crap. And these are my fond memories. So if you don't like it, well, too bad. Take off.
Yeah.
Take off, eh?
It's like that movie Big, where they worked for a toy manufacturer.
Yeah.
And they had like a building or something, and that was going to be the new hot toy. So Tom Hanks looks at it and says, "It doesn't do anything." He goes, "We want something like an insect that turns into a car." And they go, "Really? They like that?" And he goes, "Yeah," because he's like a 10-year-old kid or whatever.
Exactly.
But I liked crap like that. I'm sorry, I still call it crap because it's just my word. I loved Captain Action because while my friends were getting GI Joes who would just, they had a gun, maybe they had a suit. I had Captain Action, and I had with Captain Action, I get another suit. I had a Superman
You
and
could
a
get
Lone
superhero
Ranger.
costumes with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sold separately.
Hmm.
And those things cost like $7.98 back then. The costumes were probably like $3.98. And now the last
Got
costume I
Captain
got
America.
was like $50, and the Captain America suit that they sold separately was like 25 or 30.
Wow.
But they look even better than they did in 1968.
That's cool. Yeah.
But
No, it's a great toy. Yeah.
yeah, Transformers was my son's favorite, and you haven't seen cute until you've seen like a 8-year-old kid going around going, "Me Grimlock." I'm like, okay. So I had to go.
Right.
I said, "You want that?" He goes, "Yeah, I like Grimlock." So I go looking everywhere, can't find it anywhere. So one day I go to him and say, "Look, I looked everywhere for Grimlock. I can't find it." He goes, "Who?"
Yeah, I know, right? What?
What?
No, and it's the same thing with my 12-year-old daughter, right? She'll love to play with my Dinobots. She has her own little Bumblebee collection, right? So I actually got her an original Bumblebee, and now she has a few of them. And she likes to play with my Shockwave because it transforms into a space gun, right? That she can go pew 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 at everybody, right? Loves it. So yeah, it's fun being a kid again,
Yeah.
and when you can, contribute to a fandom like that, and on top of that work for a couple of third-party companies and do the same thing. It's like you're a kid again, you're playing. And so now I have the opportunity to do the box art work for a Metroplex that's coming out. And if you remember who Metroplex is, he was a big city bot, right?
That's the huge, massive one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the huge, massive one. There's a 4-foot tall one coming out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it transforms, and it's gonna have lights, and it's gonna have sound, and
It ain't
I'm
gonna be
taking
cheap.
and I'm taking part in the production of that, and I get
Yeah.
to do the box art work for that. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
Do you get a
And-
figure? I hope.
Oh yes, I'm gonna get 2.
Sweet.
Yeah. So one is gonna be for me,
Yep.
and the other one is gonna be for, I'm hoping, is gonna be for my 1,000 sub giveaway.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good prize. Yep.
So you're gonna say also for me?
Yeah.
Also for me to give away.
Yeah. No, I swear, guys, I'm giving it away. It's a promotional day.
Well, yeah,
Sam-
they just have to pay for shipping. So,
Which ain't gonna be cheap for them that big. Yeah.
no, but if you're gonna get a 4-foot tall figure,
Oh no, I'm joking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll gladly take that. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
for the shipping. Yeah. Right.
just stay tuned.
I was at the
Yeah.
local comic shop, and they got a Red Hulk statue, which came in like 4 or 5 pieces. And
that's
the head comes in a separate piece of styrofoam inside the box.
Right.
So
So
the
big,
guys
or-
open it up, they pull it out, and hey, here's this part. Let's stick that. Hey, where's the head? Did you drop it? I don't see it nowhere. It didn't have a head.
Right.
So he contacted the whoever it was it Showbiz?
Yeah.
Showtime. And they said, well, we can't send you a head. What we need you to do, we'll send you another figure. We'll make sure there's a head in it, but we need you to take a picture of you smashing the old one. Like
Oh.
he had to destroy it to get the new one. And me and one of the guys that were working there, we were talking about sculpting a new head. I
How
wanted
big
to
is that figure?
uh,
Is it a really big one?
I
or-
want to say like
It's a 1/6, isn't it? Or no?
yeah. No, it's bigger than that because it was on a pedestal.
It's big.
it
I
was-
saw. Yeah.
It's big. Yeah.
It was
Okay.
the Thunderbolt Ross Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the box had no head in it. God.
Yeah.
A good
Don't
thing
you hate it? Don't you hate it when you don't get a head
Yeah.
Yeah.
with your Hulk?
Getting no head is just so bad.
Whenever I buy, I haven't bought a statue in years, but whenever I bought one at the shop, yeah, we'd open up the box and double check, make sure everything was, because it's never been opened too, so you don't a lot of them. So you were, checking.
Like,
I've never seen that without a head.
Got an awesome Thor statue. And
I've shown that before, I think.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
It had two hammers in it. One of them was just him holding the hammer, and the other one like with the after image of it swinging around.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a $300 Bowen statue that I traded in on my stupid issues of Walking Dead. Thanks to you, I was able to change and trade it on my Walking Dead issues. I didn't have every issue, but I had like pretty big chunk of them between like 20 something to issue 90 something or whatever.
And here's the funny thing about him. I'm like, I've got to find something. It's like that show Finder where the guy says he's got to run it down or he'll die. Mike tells me, all right, I couldn't find all of them. I found like 30 of them or whatever. I said, well, I know you got more than that. He goes, I don't know. I can't find them anywhere. So I said, can I go over to your house and look through all your stuff? He goes, yeah, if you think you can find them. I went over and found like 30 more of them.
Oh, yeah.
So he had them in different places because he really had, I think he was just reading it because he kind of liked the concept at first and they got old to him, like pretty much everybody else. So found them all.
Way before the TV show.
Yeah, took them up to the comic shop.
Yeah.
Of course, they had a mook there who didn't know what was going on.
And by then, the TV show had come out and they became expensive.
And then they flew up in value.
Yeah, and he was charging like $35 an issue for that. Yeah. And I said, I was like, I'm talking to three people at the same time. It's kind of like this. I called Mike and I said, do you want a Thor statue for this? He goes, well, look, I don't care. Because he's acting like it's not going to bother him. So it's up there and it's this big box and it's beautiful. And I knew he was going to like it. So now I got to go through this manager guy. He calls the owner. And the owner was like, he must have been thinking, these stupid guys, they're trading in all those valuable bars of gold for this little piece of crap Thor statue. And I said, tell him that we want to trade it for that statue. And the guy goes, you sure you wouldn't want to like just get trade value or maybe get some cash for it? Because I'm going to call him. And he calls him. And he gets on the phone with him. He goes, what the hell, man? Give him the statue.
Yeah, right. He give you credit. You're just gonna go buy the statue anyway if you wanted it, right? Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't have used all that credit at that point.
Right. Yeah.
You're probably right. He probably would have bought that Thor anyway. But it's awesome. It's really nice.
It is pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't like
that
the
will last because those
much.
Issues of the comic don't mean shite anymore.
Yeah, well, not to you anyway.
Did the value drop
not to anybody. The value is probably dead shit on them now.
I think the value on that went way down. Other than obviously number one, which was a very limited print run.
Except for like the first couple of issues.
They reprinted the hell out of that one though. So
they did, but it's still a little bit of value to it. But most of after that point, though, it's not like
because in the series, people got sick of the TV show.
Keys based upon media crap like movies and TV and stuff don't hold value.
Like the Moon Knight Epic Collection, Volume 1 was $214, and the cheapest I saw it was $165. I said, I really wanted that, so I ordered it from the comic shop. They said it's got a high probability of coming in, so that was like before Moon Knight came out on Disney Minus. So I didn't give up. I kind of gave up for a while, and I go back and look at it. Let's see. Maybe the in-stock trades has it. They didn't have it. And I go to Amazon, and somebody had it for $29.99. I said, oh, they found out what I did. The Moon Knight TV show was almost not about Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And it didn't increase the value of anything.
There's no Moon Knight there.
So these are books are like $34, $39 a piece. And this guy had it for like $10 cheaper than retail. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, 15 minutes of Moon Knight.
Yeah, that long?
Like, come on.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody because I think it was already spoiled by Disney. When what's his name shows up at the very end and he does his shit in the cab, That's to me, that's like the only Moon Knight part of the whole thing.
Oh, the new hero, the new other version of Moon Knight. Yeah, what's his name? I can't remember the third
Jake
version.
something.
Because then they were disappearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake Lockley.
Jake
So
Lockley.
this,
Jake Lockley,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So this Walking Dead #1 is only $350 now. I think that must have gone way down in value.
I guess.
assuming.
I'll take 3.
That sounds like it. But the ones after that, I doubt.
Well, here, let's
Tells
sort
any kind
by
of
the
value
most
either.
valuable.
Hey.
Let's see. Let me go that way.
Yeah, because I really couldn't stand anymore ignoring Steven, constantly talking to Steven all the time, acting like a complete nut of git. Just shut up.
So
God.
number 19, yeah,
I
number
don't
19
know
is
what I'm
worth
doing right now. Just
300. Yeah,
Who? Oh,
27.
oh,
So you probably made out
honestly,
okay, Mike. Yep.
These
First
are
appearance of the
not.
governor.
They're really not worth that much because
I
to
didn't
me
have
anyway.
#1 anyway. So.
When you reprint something over and over again, it should lose value.
Right.
And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about just the trade paperbacks. They did these omnibus volumes.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
there's a
but-
gazillion of them. Yeah.
First issue has been reprinted so many times. You can go to each, like some comic
yeah.
shops, I think paid Image to put their name on the cover.
yeah.
And I got a few of those. Wizard World was giving away the one with the guy from the TV show, the army guy. I don't know his name, but I don't really care.
Abraham.
It was like it was a big stack of these things, and I got 2, and I thought, why should I be the only one disappointed? Here, kids, here's a whole stack of them. Come and eat them up.
No, the value is way down on these. Yeah.
Nobody cares anymore. Like I said, I never even
Yeah.
had the first 10 or so issues anyway.
It's more at this point. It's pretty much more disposable entertainment.
Yeah, like
Man.
Cerebus #1.
Unfortunately.
Somebody got Cerebus #1 for $3,000. I mean,
Wow.
they actually bought it. I had a chance to buy a bootleg copy years ago for $300. I said, nah, it's way too much for a comic book, and it is like the most I would have ever paid for anything. And if I'd had more money hanging around, I probably would have bought it because my Cerebus collection started at number 50, and I went back and I collected all the way down to number 15.
Didn't I
Oh,
give you
yeah.
number 19?
What?
Thought I gave you number 19.
I don't remember.
Some early issue, but that was way back.
But I foolishly bought multiple copies of a bunch of those because, a lot of Cerebus is incomprehensible. But when Gerhard, the background artist, takes over, it's a really good-looking comic.
That was always one series I really wanted to check out, but I never have.
Get the trade.
So much of it, dude. Like the telephone
There's
books.
300
It's
issues.
daunting, yeah, but
Yeah.
A bunch of individual issues, and in Epic Comics they did Young Cerebus for I think about 5 or 6 issues, like a little 3 or 4 page story.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that? The book that I don't remember who put it out. Fantagraphics did something called Anything Goes, and there
Anything
was
goes.
a Cerebus story in one of those.
Right.
And there was he did a tour comic, and he didn't do a whole lot of merchandising, but when it came to comics, he would do Cerebus stories that had nothing to do with the continuity. He did a crossover with Spawn. He did a crossover
Yeah,
with
that I do remember.
Normal Man. In case you've never seen that one, that was kind of interesting.
Love Normal Man.
Yeah, because
Oh, and
from
look at-
what I remember about the series, now I could be wrong, but and I read this like ages ago, but the series was supposed to end with his death. Did
Yep.
that actually happen?
Yep. That's
It did.
exactly what happened.
Okay.
He had
okay.
it planned from the start, and he doesn't. I think somebody else came in and took the record, or they're about to take the record of consecutive issues drawn by the same artist.
Hmm.
I think McFarlane
Saga
is about
or
to
one
do
of them.
that.
I
Wow.
thought it was
Or Eric
Saga.
Larson, maybe for Savage.
Savage
Yeah, well,
Dragon,
Eric-
probably, yeah.
I would say
Right.
that Eric Larson doesn't count because I can't stand him.
Yeah. I'll be
I,
look at
biased.
Walking
now I
Dead
can't
here.
stand him.
I
You
can't
got
stand him either.
110 issues of #1, 110 versions of #1, like you're saying, Claude.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Yeah, that's crazy.
110 reprints. So the program is going comic book program is going crazy trying to.
Yeah.
But yeah, these used to be a lot, worth a lot more. Not that but just so you made out pretty good, Mike. I think. Yep.
I used
I'm
to
happy with
be a really serious collector about this kind of stuff until I realized that if you're going to reprint this,
Yeah.
doesn't it drag the value of my original down?
Yeah. Look at 92. There's all these different versions of everything. Yeah.
Dave Sims started reprinting his stuff early on. He did Swords of Cerebus. He did 6 volumes of, I think, I don't know, it was like 4 or 6 issues in each one. And he did 6 volumes of that. And then somebody said, hey, make more money. They called them phone books. And he said he had a problem because DC offered him a bunch of money for Cerebus. And he said, what can I do to make that money without selling my soul to DC? And he called DC the Beast 666 Lexington Avenue, because that's where they were located at the time.
They were on 666 for a while.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
He actually thought about selling it, so he did. I think it's like what was it like? They were $20 a piece, and they had offered him whatever $20 a piece. Like he was offered $120,000 for Cerebus from DC, so he made it up by selling those things. And then after that, whenever he was at a convention, I always had one of those things with me. One time he drew a Cerebus head in there, and I had my con badge that said Smeg Head. And he writes in there, he draws a Cerebus. I go, wow, it's awesome. And he goes, to Smeg Head, Dave Sim.
Nice.
I hope he's
Dave Sim was pretty
being
cool.
Red Dwarf.
Yeah, because I think that started, correct me if I'm wrong, from 77 to 2004.
What's that?
Cerebus.
Yeah.
Cerebus?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, went for a long time.
And he did another one that he was going to end, and he ended it when he said he was, called Glamour Puss,
Right.
which a lot of the story was like fake glamour makeup and dress ads, and it was kind of funny if you read it. But he was also telling the story of Alex Raymond in the latter half of the book, and then he came out when he was done with that. Then he came out with Cerebus in Hell, and it's been running forever, and it's basically the same shit over and over again with different fake titles on the cover, like Batvark. Yeah. Batvark, and it has no, they're not reprints. They're it's that, and he uses like a collage in the background, or who's the guy? Gustave Doré did wood cuttings. And if you look inside, everything in the background is Gustave Doré wood cuttings, but he splices Cerebus into it, and none of it makes any damn sense. But he saw, I've got a shitload of fans who miss Cerebus, so why don't I just sell them this crap?
You buy it, and you're one of them, right? You bought it.
I probably missed about 3 or 4 of them. But look, Game of Thrones, they do a takeoff on a bunch of stuff. The Crisis one is very obvious what it is.
Oh, no one's put the cover for this one in. That's unusual. Usually there's covers for everything. No cover for that one. Yeah.
Early on, he had a stuffed animal, Cerebus. And he had him for like $10. And Mike and I knew this comic shop owner here, a lady, and she said that if she had somebody to go with her, she was going to drive up there and buy as many Cerebus toys as he had. So I said, I'll go with you. So I was actually planning on driving to Kitchener, Ontario with her, because I've only parts of Canada I've ever seen was Ontario. I've been in Toronto and Mississauga.
Talking about Fryer?
Yeah, her.
Nice.
Wow.
And but I think she became sane and realized that's a long haul
for her, but yeah.
And this is she could have probably ordered them and had to pay retail for it and jack the price up. But yeah, Cerebus the Emily, Defective Comics, Batvark.
Defective Comics. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. That's craziness. Yep. So, what
And
was
you
the main title called, though? Was it Cerebus or just
Yeah, it
Cerebus?
was
the
the
Art?
Cerebus.
Yeah,
It
the
was
Cerebus.
Cerebus the artwork.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, 77, 2004. Yep.
And they say
My
the
earliest is
I've never seen the original. I have seen a
oh,
counterfeit. Dave
the
Sieb,
counterfeit. Yeah,
Dave,
there was a
Dave Sieb
counterfeit issue. You could tell
says,
about what it is. Though.
yeah, the counterfeit is printed
Number one.
better than the original.
But
Hmm.
it's got an ad. It's got an ad. The original has an ad for gobbledygook in it, whereas the counterfeit does not. I had this, or it's vice versa. Maybe it's vice versa. There's this early on, like 79 or 80. He
Yeah.
did a thing called Swords of Cerebus, which reprinted some of the early ones. And I remember I walked up to Dave Sim with mine. I had number 1 or 2. I think it was maybe number
Yeah,
2.
number one.
And it was maybe number 1. And then I walk up to him. He said,
Is that a
"Where'd you
different
get
cover?"
this?" And I said, "Where'd you get this?" I said, "What do you mean? You sell these?" He goes, "Yeah, but that covers only like about a couple thousand of it, 2,000 or
Yeah.
less." And I said, "Whoa!" And I still have it. He signed. He and Gerhard signed it. Gerhard wasn't on the book yet, so he said,
Yeah.
"Well, I wasn't on that." I said, "Well, just right. I wasn't born yet, or
Yeah.
something." And he really wrote that.
The last one they did, they left one of the issues out, so they reprinted that issue, and you could get it at the comic shop. They apologized. We left this thing out, but we sent it to the comic shop, and you go there and get it. So I go to this comic shop that he used to work at, and there was a girl working there who didn't know shit. So I said, "Hey, this says this, and here it is, and it says that I bought this a few weeks ago, and it says I can come here and get it." So she had to call her boss to make sure, because nobody in these comic shops has initiative. It must be endemic. So she calls him, and he goes, "Yeah, give it to him. I guess we got to give it to him." It's like they had like 5 copies of it. So it was like reprinting that issue that they left out of the Swords of Cerebus Volume 6, I think it was.
By accident, or is it a misprint, or just?
Oh yeah, and he got in trouble with Marvel for Wolveroach.
Yeah. That's what I was just showing.
Got in
there.
trouble with that.
He
Wrote big time. Yeah.
he told me that he did one for himself. He drew a picture of Wolveroach with just like the middle claw coming up, saying, "Hey Marvel, sue this."
Yeah. I remember that article in a what was it? It was
Comics Journal,
yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Comics Buyer's
Oh,
Guide,
it
or one of
was.
those.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
Because it's a parody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But they
Wolveroach
still-
was he was Moonroach for a while, like Moon Knight.
It was Moonroach before that.
Yeah. And I do remember a crossover
Was
with
the thing.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Mirage,
Yep.
which was rather hilarious.
What year was this one? 85. Wow.
Yeah. Didn't get sued for that either. Just did it. It's like Yarn Man from God, who did that? The guy who did Megaton Man did a thing called Yarn Man.
Don
It
Simpson.
looked,
Don
Simpson.
it looked like the Thing. He didn't get sued either.
God, his stuff
Yeah.
is funny.
It was a great
Yeah,
comic.
so
for a
issue
while.
300. Yep, there you go. Last one. Yep.
He said it. He said, "I'm going to do 300 and stop." Well, he sort of did stop.
They-
And you got the
sort of-
telephone books.
Yeah,
The big reprint telephone books.
I got a couple of those
Didn't I
autographed.
give you my Cerebus portfolio?
You gave me
You
yours?
still have it?
I bought a Cerebus portfolio.
I
It was
gave it.
on-
I thought I gave you mine.
You didn't give me
Maybe I
yours.
sold it at the shop then. I can't remember what I did.
I found mine a couple of years ago, and the envelope that it's in is kind of ragged, but all the
Yeah.
prints on the inside are really good. They were done like animation. There was one called His First
Yeah, it was an
Sword,
animation. It was going to be. He almost
Well,
did an animated.
but it wasn't going to get done. But it was called His First Sword, and it was a series of, I think, 6 or 8 illustrations. And Cerebus is going to the sword maker, who's standing there with his hammer and his anvil, and he hands Cerebus the sword, and they're like standing kind of close to each other, and Cerebus whips his sword around, and it goes up, and it goes down, and it goes back, and it goes into the guy's chest. And then Cerebus looks over, and the guy, like, it takes like 3 pages, and he drops. And Cerebus reaches into his vest, and he pulls out some coins and just throws it on the guy's dead body and leaves.
Indeedishness.
Oh man.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we've
what
been
can you
on
do?
for 3 hours. So
We've been on since 1973.
Since 1973. Yeah. So I think it's a good time to wrap her up because some people got to get to work tomorrow, and I gotta go see Top Gun 2 and then finish my list of.
I wouldn't use the word
25
gotta.
worst movies.
Do it.
Well, look,
No,
I'll tell you
gotta.
this. I never liked Tom Cruise. I can't stand Miles Teller, but
Don't start this.
neither one of them bothered me in this movie.
See, he's gone to the dark side.
The only way to use the word gotta in this one is I only gotta do two things. I gotta die and pay taxes. All right.
Or if your wife decides it's a family night, you're going.
Yep.
Well, okay.
That's how that works.
Factor in that wild
Single
and
boy.
And your nephews want to go see it, and yep. So that's the way it works. Yep.
There you go.
So yeah, so I just want to thank, of course, Maddie's daddy, Steve Mitchum, is on daddy duty, so he couldn't finish the show, but want to give a shout out to Steve Mitchum for hanging out with us again tonight. So thank you, Steve, and thank you to the great Minimus Prime.
Where?
Who? Right there to my right. Yep. So thank you for hanging out tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Yep, sharing all that good Star Trek stuff.
I talk too much.
No, you don't. No, it was all good. It's a talk show. We need someone to talk.
Oh, really? I said I was jaw jabbing.
We don't want.
Imagine that.
Air, right? Imagine that. Yep. And of course, Clobberin Times. Always appreciate you being here. And
thank you.
We didn't get to talk about Miss Marvel. I was gonna talk about that, but we'll save that for next week, I guess. Right?
What about?
Do we have to watch it or?
No, you don't have to watch it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna have an opinion about it.
Yeah, it's actually. I've watched a few episodes. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. It's much more fun than Obi-Wan and some of the Mandalorian episodes, later episodes, but or Moon Knight, I should say. Moon Knight was so this. It's actually, well, we don't want to spend much time talking about it, but it's just you can tell the lead actress, she actually is excited to be doing the role.
Would you say it's like Shakespeare compared to Obi-Wan?
At least it's not wrecking an existing character. So
Neil Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't care about, I mean, I really never cared about Ms. Marvel as a character. I have bought a couple books just to have it in my.
I don't trust a woman with a gigantic fist.
You saw this?
Yeah. For my own reasons.
If you're a Cerebus completist, Dave Sim drew a Cerebus cover for the Lethargic Comics number 14.
He drew some Doctor Who covers too. He drew some really nice Doctor Who illustrations. Best one was like Ace and the Doctor.
Nice. Yeah.
Interesting.
But anyway, so Ms. Marvel is not as it's actually compared. We didn't really talk about Obi-Wan or Orville, but Obi-Wan was not very big time left on that one.
You can say it. It's not cancer.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, and I guess once we talked about the Orville so much on the Clubhouse that I don't want to get accused of false advertising for the show. Not that I'm joking.
Orville.
There we go. See, we talked about the Orville, but hopefully next week's episode will be return to some cool sci-fi. That's just So we'll see. But so thank you for being here, and then of course the great Comic Relief Crusader who has those awesome posters, and go. That's pinned in my chat there, so go check out his wares and purchase some stuff and sub to his channel.
Thank you.
Great to be here, and let's say good night to the crowd that was here too. So we had, of course, the great Eric K helping to wrench, my buddy Geoff, as I like to tease him. Apolly's Minion was here, Das Wolfen. We also had we lost Claude. Just Joe. Polly's Minion, I said, yep. Let's see. Gap Stargate was here. I'm scrolling down the list. Kal-El was here. Thank you, Kal-El. Dave
Jill
was here. Jill was here. Jill's still here.
Jill,
Phantom Outsider. Yep. And, of course, J-Man was here. Yep.
Yeah, well said, Jill. Well said.
Yeah, not violent candy. Yeah, that's how bad it's gotten. Yeah. I think I said Kal-El. Yep.
Oh, God, yeah.
And who else was here? And Gwagnar was here. Thank you, Gwagnar. Gwagnar. Yep. You can. I figured out you can always click the participants and see who's in the chat. Yep. Or who's been in the chat. And then I did this new Wesley bit. Let's see, where is it?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, with the I've had enough of you, but I did with Wesley. Where did I put that? Did I upload that? Let's see here. Or maybe it's under my let's see here.
And everyone, if you like Beavis and Butthead, you want to laugh, go watch that movie.
I watched that last night.
Oh my god, man!
Oh my god, yes,
It's so funny.
it is so full of awesome, especially when they go into the college.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen in all of the history of the universe. My god, dude! We won't spoil it here for you. You got to see that to believe it.
But talk about trolling.
Think about that
today.
scene. I start laughing.
Was that good? Yeah. Wow.
I thought it was. Man, you might not agree, but I mean, I thought it was.
I gotta watch it. I'm not a huge Beavis and Butthead fan, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah.
You will. Okay.
Really?
In today's climate of everything that's going on, this is such a breath of fresh air. It's
because it's been so long since I watched it. Yeah,
not a Beavis and Butthead fan. See,
well, I'm being honest. I mean, I watch it, but I'm just I'm not. I wasn't I didn't watch it religiously. I'd watch it. It was on them.
I'll try to find a way.
I like propane and propane accessories much better.
Fire and cornholio.
That's nothing compared to this, but
yeah,
compared to them in general. Well, I love it. The old show where they were actually. It was funny that the cartoons were hilarious, but when they were making fun of the videos was always my favorite part when they were trashing the stupid music videos.
It's so full of
It's supposed to be coming out with a set of those again where they're actually showing the videos.
Yeah.
Making fun of them, yeah.
But
here's Wesley. Here you go, Joe. Well, Joe hasn't seen Beavis and Butthead, but here's this.
I have had enough of you!
So I'm learning how to do some basic stuff.
Yes.
So that was a lot of fun.
You fell in the fire. Fire.
Wesley's not going to score either. You certainly aren't going to score, Beavis. It's Wesley.
And then I clipped this for
score with the fire.
I clipped this for Nick Weiser. I got to play this is the scene from The Sure Thing.
Yeah, Nick. Nick's a real name. Nick's your buddy.
Yeah, so
yeah, Nick. Nick's a real name. Kind of guy you can drink a beer with. Kind of guy who doesn't mind if you puke in his car. Nick.
I gotta put
What's that from?
That's from The Sure Thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the beginning part of the scene. Here's the first half.
What are you gonna name it?
Well, if it's a girl.
Yeah, they're traveling cross country.
And if it's a boy.
Elliot.
Elliot. You're gonna name the kid Elliot?
Elliot?
Name the kid Elliot. No. Elliot is a fat kid with glasses who eats paste.
and that's when he says, yeah, and then he's gonna name the kid.
I'm not gonna name the kid Elliot.
Elliot,
give him
right?
A real name. Give him a name. Like Nick.
Nick?
Yeah, Nick. Nick's a real name. Nick's your buddy. Nick's the kind of guy you can trust. Kind of guy you can drink a beer with. Kind of guy who doesn't mind if you puke in his car. Nick.
God.
Oh, vomit. I'm sorry.
That's one of my all-time favorite movies. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Sure Thing, go watch The Sure Thing. But yeah, that's a good one to go out on. But yeah, I got to play. Well, actually, I might not be able to make Toxic Tuesday this week, so I got to, which is bad because it's heavy metal. So I got to do the slideshow and figure out someone else who can run it. But it's our neighbor. We have a poker game going on, neighborhood poker game in the summer. So I hate
Nick
missing
can handle
that too. Nick can handle it, but I want to play those clips for him. But all right, everyone. So sub to all my buddies. Have a great rest of the week.
Tomorrow night for some.
Oh yeah.
Comic book movies ever.
Yeah, yep. So after I see, I can't count Top Gun in that list. It's not a comic book movie, but but yeah, Tom Cruise hasn't done any comic book movies, so he's not making your list as much as you'd like him to be there, I guess, right?
I wish he was in a comic book movie so I could put him on there.
Yeah.
Then I would have had to watch it. So
then you have to watch it. Yeah, yep.
That'd be interesting.
Yep. So we'll see everyone tomorrow night for that, and of course the Clubhouse on Thursday. And Clobber Times has got his Wednesday night wild card. Do you have a subject for Wednesday night, or
not sure.
That's your wild card.
Well, we count down to the latest episode of Orville. And then, Thursday night, of course, we'll have a Comic-Con toy comics panel, and then after that, a later edition of the Clubhouse.
We'll probably start the Clubhouse at like 11 or something, or your time 10,
10 my time,
10 your time, an hour later. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Eric. Appreciate that. Yep. Hope you guys always have fun hanging out. We'll look forward to this on Sunday night. So, go buy action figures, go buy toys. And we'll see you all the next time, and have a great week, everyone. And check out Iconicon and Clobber Times and Comic Relief Crusader during the week.
Yeah.
So,
That's right. And I got my titillating Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Starting at
is that on
6 o'clock Mountain Time.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So that's 7 o'clock Eastern. I don't know what Arizona time is, but check that out. Show. Yep, great show too. So
I think that still might be Mountain Time. I don't know. Or is it Central?
Central.
Oh, it's Mountain. It's Mountain.
It's Mountain, right? Yep.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yep. Wagner is saying Edge of Tomorrow is based on manga, so it might technically be allowed. There you go, Clobber.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Clobber is going to amend his list.
Yeah, but I would have to have watched it.
Yeah,
to be fair. There'll be a lot of movies you guys are going to go, well, what about this movie? What about that movie? Well, if it's not on there, I probably didn't watch it.
And it's got to be either straight to VHS or in the theater.
Be straight to VHS or theatrical. So no TV movies.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
It can't be, and it can't be.
There are only 2 movies on there like that anyway on my list.
What about the 1974 Wonder Woman with what was it?
TV movie.
Denise Crosby.
Jamie.
Lee.
I told you.
Kathy the Crow. I got it last night. Denise Crosby.
That's a TV movie.
Yeah. So this doesn't count either. Yeah, you can't count.
Poo. Okay.
Can't count that one. Yeah, because that one's never been released.
We could let it count even though it was never released. But it was phony. But quite frankly, it's bad. But also it had no budget. So I'm not going to put a movie with a $2 budget that was made just to guard a copyright, as opposed to crap like, for example, Rise of the Silver Surfer, which had a bigger budget, and what they did to Galactus and how stupid that movie is.
God. A cloud. A cosmic cloud.
There's no excuse there. Roger Corman's $20 movies, you can't. It doesn't count.
Yeah,
I remember watching that. I think it was like 1995, and I rented it from a convenience store near my house. And the Captain America one too. And man, I know it was like horribly bad and all that, but damn, I still enjoy it. Right? I do. I honestly do.
Yeah, there's different levels. It's good, bad, right?
Yeah, because it kind of reminded me. It was almost kind of like, how should I put it? Like TV Bill Bixby, Hulk. Kind of.
Yeah. You love the nostalgia.
Not bad, but yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, and Howdy's accurate. Sorry, we're just shutting down here, so you can rewind and check out all the cool unboxing tonight. So, but yeah, great to see you. So, all right, well let's get out of here for real. So
later, everybody. Have a great night.
Take us out. Later. Yep.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.